Oh yeah, we're starting. Yeah, that's right.
So last time, the scene opens up on the train, and it's being shot by another train. Jack leaps from the train over onto the other train and wrecks shit. Dr. Prowse does some woo-woo crazy shit with the Leviathan.
This is literally what he has written down.
Uncle Treacle
He's not
and
making this
Alex work on the train, and the Ice Blonde is a battle angel. And fuck Uncle Treacle for bad-mouthing her. Wow. Reggie did some stuff, but what really matters is that he got to touch her hand as she helped him.
True.
The surviving enemy jumped from their train to a boat. We reached the halfway point. Duskfall news. Queen of Scoveland had a party / riot. Crow's Foot erupts in war. The Rollers are backed by the Crows. We get two new railjacks, an old guy and a trainee. A jack off.
I get it, trainee.
Yeah, a jack off.
A jack off. Yeah.
We're arguing with customs, and some sort of clockwork wooden man says to let us by.
And then they stamp your stuff and send you on through. So, here you go, Wayne. Thanks for the Kit Kats, too. Okay. So, we are going to just... The train ride from midpoint to... What? Where you guys...
Tycheros.
Tycheros, that's right.
Or Tycheros, I don't know how they
We'll go
pronounce it.
Tycheros, because I'll forget Tycheros.
How's it pronounced in Dishonored?
That's a good question. I can look at this. So I have
Gross.
I have with me the Dishonored Dunwall archives, which I am calling the unofficial source book for Blades in the Dark, which is the official art book.
Yeah,
for
Dunwall, totally not Duskwall.
Right. So, you tell me. There's like a map of the land here. Blades of the Dark has the Dagger Isles. There's the Isles. We have Duskwall. They have Dunwall. We have what is it called? Scoveland, and they have Tycheros, I guess. Bristol, yeah. Some of them are close, not too.
That's where most of the second game takes place.
Yeah.
Most of Dishonored takes place is in the one that, yes, Tycheros, or however they pronounce it.
Yeah. Blades in the Dark has Severos. They have something similar.
Right. All right. So, it is generally uneventful. It's normally eventful, I'll say. Obviously the train gets attacked by, horrible, terrible monsters on the sea, and you guys do not need to rise to the occasion, and
We don't have a battle angel, so we're not even watching.
We're so jaded after everything else. It's just like, that's not. It's like Californians whenever it's like below category 5
Earthquake.
Yeah. They're like, that was only a 4.
Yeah.
It's like, that was only a tentacled beast.
That doesn't even rattle me out of bed. Yeah. It is what can be referred to as a normal train ride, which is dangerous in and of itself, but you guys are fine. So you guys roll into... Oh my god, I gotta write this down. Wayne, I'm gonna borrow your table stand. What is it?
Tycheros. Tycheros.
ROS. And I can erase ice, which I had to write in the last game, so that I remembered her name or her.
See, that's why when I'm running, I keep one of these in front of me with just names and things.
The ice net.
Yeah, the iceberg net.
The ice bender.
Uh-huh. Okay, so...
She can't be that hot. There has to be a limit.
No. Pretty hot.
So, why did they call her the Ice Blonde when she's obviously doing this whole electric lightning thing? It's,
I was just assuming she had platinum blonde hair.
Yeah, you described her with like platinum blonde hair.
Yeah, she had like platinum blonde hair.
So she's
like
from up
really
north.
pale eyes.
yeah. Okay.
So
I like how we're telling you about the character that you introduced
She's
to
got
us.
ice in her fucking veins, man.
Like, okay, that makes sense.
So, I needed to...
Timothy didn't have a nickname because he didn't need one.
Right.
It's whatever his fucking toe tag is now.
I
It's
need
glove.
Timmy toe tag.
I needed 2 rail jacks. Timothy Flint was who I had in
Timothy
mind,
toe tag Flint.
and he was there this whole character form, and I needed to think of a second one, and I was thinking I haven't introduced a whole lot of female NPCs into this game, so instead of making it a sausage party, I introduced a female NPC who I had not thought out in any way, and it's just like she's short and blonde.
She's like a woman.
A woman. Like.
Yeah, just there you go.
Yeah,
Run with
broad.
that.
Yeah, but
Railjack with boobs, got it.
right. But I was able to,
Nice.
at least I hope, kind of develop her and give her at least a voice during the course of play. So, or maybe I didn't. I don't know.
I thought she was cool.
So what's the name of this old crusty one that's training the fucking jack off?
His name's Jack.
Old Jack.
Old Jack. Old Jack.
Yeah,
I don't know. You're the Railjack enthusiast. You tell me.
One-eyed Jack.
I'm like one-eyed Jack. Oh man, he came out of retirement. He's like Captain Freedom.
He was good in the day, but then he came back and he tarnished his own reputation.
It's just so sad.
He's the Favre
But
of
he
the
was
Railjacks.
a trainer.
Yeah.
Jokes aside, he because that was where the midpoint is where the Railjack Academy is.
Right. Yeah.
He's the Ric Flair
Yeah.
of
Oh,
Railjack.
no, it's- yeah, he's
The amazing guy who came back and tarnished his own reputation
Yeah.
by
No.
having flabby.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. He couldn't quite fit into his armor.
Now they just call him Flapjack.
Oh man.
Oh, Flapjack.
Oh, Flappy.
Oh, Flappy.
He's like, shut up, guys. I was awesome back in the day.
Wind catches his mouth right. Looks like the Predator smiling.
His trainee's like, this man's a hero. He's just there. He's got like this big gut.
Shut up, Jackoff.
Yes, sir. But it's if anybody pokes their head up, it's basically One-Eyed Jack kind of telling the trainee, "Yo, no, do it like that. No, duck. Oh, that's gonna leave a mark," sort of stuff. But you guys roll into Tycheros. Tycheros is the land. You go across. It's like going to Dustfall, right? So you guys go over land for quite a bit after you leave the ocean. It rolls up like over a beach, and the land is pretty much the same. I mean, any feature that would make it different, right, that we are used to, has been blasted away. There's no animals, there's no vegetation. Maybe the role of the topography is a bit different. Maybe this place is a little bit more hilly, a little bit more mountainy, sort of a ways away than the land around Duskwall is. But you still have the same occasional blasted, petrified trees, the same darkness. It's not, the sun isn't up over here, the sun's destroyed.
Wait a minute, that's nothing like Dishonored at all.
I know, well, remember Blades' Dishonored with the lights turned off.
Right.
So
Dan, I don't know if you know this. They're two completely separate games.
Yeah,
I know, this is
done
totally...
done on Duskwall.
One has the sun and one doesn't. I mean, that's a
Right.
clear
Mhm.
difference right there.
Yeah. The
One has whale oil and the other has.
Leviathan is totally different, Dan.
Leviathan blood.
We don't have time to get into it and explain it to you, man.
I know, right? If you can't keep up.
I know it's complicated.
Yeah. So, thanks. That completely.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah. So, the
I'm
same.
going to petition the insider for power.
Right. Yeah. So,
Strangers.
this. Yeah, I'm looking for the stranger. Just sit on your hand.
Here's my belt.
So anyway, you guys roll in. And, man, I even had the name of the city you guys are going to. What the fuck was it?
You suck.
I do. Well,
That is full of strangers.
have you seen my notes? I got notes. I actually wrote notes this time. What the hell did they go? Yeah, those are my notes.
Oh,
You like it? Nope, can't read it. Spoilers.
Okay. I couldn't actually read it, if I'm being honest.
My handwriting is atrocious. So, you guys head into this city. It's named Ander, we'll say.
Sure.
Sure.
A city named The City.
The city.
The city. The stranger city.
The stranger city. Yeah. Don't say stranger here. I mean, it's not really an insult because it's kind of lame. Everyone would just be like, what?
Where are you from? I don't know you. You're a stranger.
That's our word.
What? But I don't know you.
Literally the definition of the word stranger.
Stranger danger. All right, so
I don't.
So, you guys roll in.
Proust is going to his locker that has with the ghost key.
Right.
And I'm actually getting the rest of my stuff.
Yep.
Is this like a regular train station, or is this actually nicer than the one we left?
No, it is. So Duskwall is the, cosmopolitan capital of the world. It's the largest city in the world, most technologically advanced, most culturally advanced, economically advanced, and the emperor in Duskwall, the government of Duskwall, is the Rome of this time. It everybody bows to it. Scoveland recently, and this is not me, this is actually the timeline of John Harper's game. Scoveland, before the game starts, rebelled against the Emperor and was crushed by a war. I mean, just absolutely crushed. Even if the Duskwall government doesn't directly control everything in your government,
They have enough power to make
hard
decisions.
if they say go, you have to go or face consequences.
I just didn't know if like demons were trying to outdo all the human cities or something.
Well, and remember in Tycheros, I'm glad I wrote that down. In Tycheros, they
It's already coming in handy.
it is.
Jesus.
The people, it's not that the demons run things, it's that the people have arrangements. They don't have the big shield walls, the electro.
They don't really need them, though, right?
Because they don't need them.
Yeah.
Because the demons don't come in and do whatever the hell demons are going to do. So, anyway,
But the demons don't come in and do whatever the hell it is that demons do because
you guys don't know yet.
okay.
Oh, I thought we're not having this conversation with what's his name,
Callum?
Callum.
Yeah. No, like, if you guys want to ask Callum some questions, he's been here before.
What I don't understand is they don't have a shield wall.
Right.
Why ain't they all dead?
Why aren't they all dead?
Well, it's complicated, right?
No, it isn't. If you have a shield wall, you live. That's what they tell us, right?
Lower your voice.
Sorry.
Are they lying to us back home?
That's what I'm wondering.
No,
It's all about
no.
fear. They're keeping us in line with fear.
Have you ever seen a demon? Well, even not the demons, there's ghosts and monsters out there. You've seen ghosts? Jack, I know you've seen a ghost. They're not friendly.
There are plenty of ghosts. In Dustball.
Right.
And we're inside walls.
And we're inside walls. Exactly.
Yeah.
Look at who I'm agreeing with here.
Hey, first of all, Jackie has been right about a lot of shit lately. You got to give him credits for that.
Yeah? What?
Well, he's right about that dumbass invention he's trying to make. He was right about, I don't know, Jackie, help me out. Trying to make you look good.
He was right about punching that guy.
Hey, he's always right about punching most people.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is, maybe the government of the city.
He reaches into his valise and he takes out a book, and the book. What is it? Where's he
Wrong
from?
about that fish sandwich, though.
Well, your choices are Akaros, the Dagger Isles, Eruvia,
Eruvian. That's it.
Severos, Scoveland, and Tycheros.
He is Eruvian.
Okay.
I don't have his character sheet made or in front of me. So,
Wow.
I know, right?
Fucking
Totally
psycho.
unprepared.
Well, my immersion is destroyed. So,
I
what's the elevator pitch of Eruvia?
Okay, so the elevator pitch for Eruvia is that they're players, right? On the International Intrigue game, that is how they interface and survive with the Duskwall government, is that they play an international espionage chess game. The Aruvian sword school where they teach people how to do swords. They are
super badass.
they're swordsmen. It's actually like a prestige class you can take in here. They have sword schools in Duskwall. The Red Sashes are run out of the Aruvian sword schools. The Red Sashes are an Aruvian gang. Now,
So
okay, at this point, your character might not know this. This is metadata.
right.
The Aruvians run spies out of the Red Sashes.
Yeah.
So basically, if
But
the
not all
Mossad
Red-
was a country, that's Aruvia.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, not all Red Sashes are Aruvians. Not all Red Sashes are spies. But the main goal push of the Red Sashes, unbeknownst to many of their members, is they are running spies out of it. That is their jam. Callum is a Red Sash, and he's a Ruvian. He takes out of his valise a book written in Aruvian, like the title, like
Yeah.
you know, the words are written in Aruvian, their script or whatever. And he starts flipping through it, and he looks up. He's like, "This is God damn it, Wayne! You moved the thing."
Tycheros.
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 However you want to say it.
Tycher. Thank. Not all. Hashtag not all red sashes. Right. So he's like, this is. He basically says this is an Aruvian travel guide to Tycheros, and he's flipping through it, and he holds up a picture. So the question was, well, why don't the demons and the monsters just kill everybody? And he flips open the page, and there's like this hand-drawn picture. He didn't draw it, but it's a printed page, but there's like a woodblock sketch in there or whatever. And he shows you, and it's a plinth. It is this stone pillar, kind of in a square, but it looks like it's at the edge of the city. And there are carvings in it in some strange language. Which, can I see your character sheet, Dan?
Yeah.
Real quick. There is something that you do not have. So none of you, and you don't have it either. So it's written in a strange language none of you can understand. And he says these markers around the city are agreements that people in the ancient past, when the end came, made with the demons.
So this whole place is founded on consorting with demons.
Have you ever met a Tycheros? Is this Proust asked that? Or...
No, this is not a character question.
Okay. No, have Proust asked that. It's a great question.
No, Sprouse wouldn't ask the question.
Okay.
He's just going to straight get judgy.
Sure.
But I just want to
so
make
out
sure.
of character, is this entire society? Yes. It's not... it's consort. Yeah, like they are all considered equals.
Gotcha.
Had kids with demons.
They interbreed with demons. Their society is if you play a Tycherosan, you have to pick a feature that is weird about you. Wayne played Silver, who made a short appearance early on in this game. In the previous campaign, she was Tycherosan, and she was albino, and she had milk white eyes. Sometimes they might have shark teeth. They might have feathers. Although I don't play them to where they're extreme, right? Like I don't have Birdman coming out. I don't have Shark Guy from
Red cell penis.
right. Yeah, I don't have like a walking penis coming out. I don't have but it's weird stuff. Somebody might have claws. Somebody might have whatever.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So-
You get the idea. All of them are like that because remember the thing, the end of the world did not happen 2 years ago. It happened generations, multiple generations ago. So, and this is known. I say accepted. It's accepted in that this is how it is. Germans speak German. French people, are French, and Tycherosans are.
This is just welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you may not like them, or it's up to the individual, but society is just like, this is, Skovlandians are tall blondes. The Aruvians can't be trusted. Tycheriosans are consort with demons.
Yeah, I remember in a previous game, we found a book that was pre the end of the world, and it was fascinating for our characters. Like, so this is what the world was really like, because it's been far enough back that some of it's like, was there really a sun in the sky?
Yeah, like what? Like you can.
I guess you really wouldn't believe
Yeah.
something like that since it's been so long.
Right. Like you understand and know the concept that there was a sun and there was the end of the world, but
Hasn't been in our lifetime or our parents' lifetime. So
what does that mean on a conceptual level where you stand in the warmth
Yeah.
and the light isn't blue and acrid sort of thing. So anyway, Callum flips through a book. He's like, and he's like, do not touch the plinths.
What happened?
You will probably be arrested and beaten if you're lucky.
Oh, so it's not like you're gonna like get possessed by a demon or something.
No.
Okay.
Hey, Unc.
Huh?
The fuck is a plinth?
It's a rock.
It's like a stone column. Okay.
It's a pointed rock.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's a pedestal on which you place a statue or some sort of idol or icon.
Thank you, Alexander. God, can you just say that? Come on.
I did. I said plinth.
Yeah. Yeah.
You did.
Thank you, Alexander. Thank you for clarifying.
Jack, there's a cat house in where we're going. I hear that has a lady with two cooters.
I was like,
I think we're gonna have to pay it a visit.
I mean, both of you at the same time. No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I'm sorry I asked. It came out. I could not stop myself. And I've yes. Never mind.
Why don't we just stay on task?
Well, Jack, this is a very comprehensive book. So, yes, I can find you the good houses of ill repute. This is a fairly up-to-date one. I bought it before we left, so.
like, they still make these
Books?
travel guides. Who travels?
Well, I mean, he actually looks a little uncomfortable as he's trying to figure out how to answer you. He's like, well, we'll just say yes.
Huh? They for like rich people?
Sure. Well, let's just say they're for people who know where to buy them.
Weird. People travel.
We're traveling.
Well, yeah, but never traveled before.
Well, generally, people don't go to see the sights, but there's not really much in the way to see in sights touring around.
Before this trip, I don't think I'd been more than a district away from anywhere.
Are you all Arcosians?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Dagger Isles.
Oh yeah, you're Dagger House. Oh, and you. Oh yeah, because and that's the thing is that each of the background or what heritage, yeah, because race is not the correct term for it. It because it's not like it's like French and Germans and stuff. Each of the heritages physically look different, right? Like the Skovlandians are Nordic, huge, tall Nordic people, that sort of thing. So Reggie literally looks different than all of you guys, and Callum looks different than all of you guys.
So like a description of these in the book.
Yes, there is. But yeah, and he says, well, Reggie blew into Duskwall.
No, it was a baby.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you came as a baby?
Yeah, it was. I don't remember how old I was. Game it up, baby.
Thank you for whispering, Brodor.
I think I made it through. Reggie was probably like 3,
Right.
or something.
So,
How old were you when you came?
well, that's a rather personal question.
No, I'm talking about come to
Jesus.
Tycheros. Not Tycheros.
Dustbowl.
Duskfall.
I was, I would say I was probably 32, but I had been there a couple of times. Like, came to live on a permanent basis. Yeah, around 32, but I had been there several times before.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
Oh.
He doesn't look 35.
No.
He actually looks like he's in his mid-early 20s.
Like if I were to shave and have a haircut.
He's usually pretty well dressed, well groomed guy, and he does not look well. He does not look like he's had a hard life in the sewers, or not in the sewers, but in he didn't. It's obvious he didn't grow up on the streets.
Right. Must be all that good living.
Well, you have to treat yourself nice. You have to take care of yourself.
Okay. If you say so.
Oh, self-care is very important.
How about when we get back, you'll be in charge of our self-care?
Oh, I don't think you guys want me taking care of you.
No, I mean, it's self-care. You just, show us how to stay young.
Well, the first step is to reduce the whores and drugs.
Not worth it.
Yeah, the
You
first,
lost me.
the next step would be not stepping into the ring to pound another man into hamburger while he pounds you into hamburger.
You're taking our money away from us.
What are you talking about? That's literally never happened to me.
Yeah, yes. I don't know. Self-care.
Self-care, like not getting your hand stuck to a metal box.
Yes, that was.
How'd that work out for you?
I met Alex and I met all of you.
Yeah.
So it worked out pretty well in the
Worst
end.
day of our lives. I know.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Mm-hmm. I slapped young Jack here with a hand.
It looks like I could basically be anybody because it's kind of like a
What does it say?
rootless wanderers. And
Oh.
apparently, Dagger Isles, they spend time with spirits too.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I'm more used to this kind of shit than.
Travel up and down.
If I remember, I think
They're like corsairs and pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking they didn't have walls because they were all islands there.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm super young, so.
Right, yeah. You were born, raised, and educated, so to speak, on the streets of Duskwall in the very low rent, high crime district there. And you were raised by Uncle Treacle and Proust before he went crazy, before he went on his trip.
And probably Alexander in a way.
Well, if I
No,
remember...
I think of it, he probably taught us more like academically.
Yeah, but we don't acknowledge that.
No.
We were just taking care of it.
He probably taught us in a way that we just learned it by osmosis.
Yeah.
Yeah. As opposed to him saying, I'm going to teach you a lesson or something today.
Right. So, but I've been around a bit. I've seen different places.
And you've been here before?
Once, but I didn't do much here.
So when we get here, or we get there, what are we looking for?
Well, gentlemen, we are looking for, and please don't laugh, the man. That is his street names. We all have street names, I assume. I mean, I don't, but...
Well, either you're incredibly pretentious or you're a bad motherfucker if you're going to be known as the man.
To be the man, you got to beat the man.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Jack? The closer we get to this place, the smarter you are.
I've been telling
It must
you.
be the air.
Yeah.
You always discount Jackie, but he's smart.
Yeah. He's direct.
Yeah.
That's what I like about Jack. He's direct. I think that sometimes we burden ourselves by thinking too much. Well, some of us do anyway.
I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you don't think too much.
Mm.
So the man.
Yes, yes, the man. So the lens. Well, let's talk about the lens for a moment. And he pulls out this lens, and it is it's a concave piece of glass. We'll say about the size of a smaller plate, like a dinner plate, smaller
Saucer,
but
yeah.
a saucer, yeah, a large saucer. And he holds it up. He had shown Alex this before. He holds it up to the light, and when he does that, you can kind of see reflected on the inside of the lens, like writing going around on the inside of it. But when you just look at it directly, or when you try to look for the writing, you can't see it. You
It's like almost like laser etched into.
yeah. You kind of gotta like look at it from the side.
What's that shit inside it?
It is writing of some sort.
You can't read it?
I cannot. And I've taken it to several experts. I think it is a long dead language. I believe from my research that this is very, very old.
Why were the rollers trying to steal it from?
I don't know.
They clearly knew it was important.
Well, I think that, and he takes out, there's a stack of newspapers there. He rifles through them and he throws one on the table between you guys. The headline of it is, Crow's Foot erupts into war. And he, like I explained last time, it is the Red Sashes and the Crows are at war. These are the two most powerful gangs. Open warfare in the streets. He's like, I mean, any organization has its leaks. Perhaps someone talked.
Who else knew besides?
Someone always knows. Someone always talks. Even if someone doesn't know the full story, enough people know bits and pieces of little parts of it that an intelligent operation can bribe and threaten and cajole enough of the individual pieces to put the picture together.
Maybe they didn't even know what was in the briefcase. They just knew we thought it was important.
Maybe.
Well, to be fair, and you're right, Jackie. It's not. They weren't necessarily trying to take the case. They were trying to take you.
Well, I am physically attached to the case currently.
So it could have been one or the other or both.
True. And let's think about this for a minute, gentlemen. As important as you are in your own minds, this was an expensive operation on their part. Do you believe that you are worth the heat that they incurred, the cost of hijacking a train, bringing that kind of firepower aboard it, and having a boat for an escape, meeting you at the exact right place at the exact right time?
Yeah, there's no way the rollers afforded that one. I think we determined probably the Crows bankrolled that.
Mm-hmm.
They probably put the rollers on it. So that way, if they did get caught, then it would be on them.
And thinking a few moves ahead, I would not be surprised, and I say this just so you guys, we as a team can think about this and kind of consider it. When we get back to Duskwall, we might be asked to take part in the conflict.
Then we should focus on the mission at hand, get these plinths destroyed, and get back on the train.
Wait a minute, what? Destroy the plinths. Is that part of the deal?
No, it is not. We are going to see this aforementioned the man and try to purchase or acquire the other lens from it.
Do we have the scratch to do so?
Probably not. Something along these lines are going to be, shall we say, priceless? I don't think a mere coin is going to...
The more this guy talks, the more my ass itches.
You're not the first one to say that.
And I'm guessing the man is somebody we can't just beat until he gives us what we need.
Well, I would never say that. I mean, violence solves a great many problems.
That might be the smartest thing he said since we met him.
Well, thank you, Jackie.
How do we find the man?
Well, what little I know about him is that he is a leader of some sort. He controls a... I don't know if I would call it a gang. It's sort of maybe a warlord. He runs part of the city we're going to. He runs part of Ander, a district, if you will.
The kind of guy we try to not be around.
Right.
I believe he sort of maybe straddles the line between an actual government official and a gang lord.
Oh, so he's like two things we try to avoid.
But we know very little about his operation.
So it's not one of these things where we can just get off the train and say, we're looking for the man.
I mean, why not?
Okay, we can do that. Looking for work.
I mean, obviously we're not here to see the sights. There's no sights to see.
It's depressing.
And someone or something let us through.
Good point.
Yeah, I'm still a little leery about that one.
What, the wooden man?
Yeah.
It's just a puppet. It was just a puppet.
You sure you saw that right?
It was a puppet. Who saw it? Alex saw it.
It's not.
You said it was a goddamn puppet.
I mean,
Puppets are controlled by someone.
it's an animatronic body. It's not a puppet. A puppet would convey that, well, exactly, that it is not moving autonomously or of its own will. It's being controlled. It's not exactly a puppet. It can think for itself.
It's a self-aware puppet.
It
An
is.
automaton.
It is
keep saying that.
it is a self-aware individual in a mechanical body.
That's supposed to be better.
No.
No, just more accurate.
All right. So why would Automaton want to do that?
Automaton.
God, I feel like we're in the middle of a smart-ass sandwich. We got dipshit over here and asshole over here.
Yeah, we're the tank.
God damn.
We don't know. I mean, that's like asking, why would any mysterious individual throw us a bone? I don't know.
Because they want something.
Or we got a friend in...
No, because they want something.
All right. Well,
You don't believe in the underlying goodness of humanity, Jack?
Have you met humans?
That wasn't a human.
He's got a point there, too.
Yes.
That right there is a philosophical discussion to have. I mean, what exactly does it mean to be human? I mean, his spirit is...
Oh my God, we don't have time for this. We just got off this fucking train. We had all this time to talk about this shit on the train.
Reggie's right. Enough of the egghead stuff. Let's go find this man.
The man.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I start storming up. I'm shadowboxing, just fucking like letting off steam.
The guy walks by like, pop! Pow!
Hey, look out, pal. I'm coming through.
Coming through.
All right.
I'm walking here.
I'm walking here. Caleb drinks some tea to calm down after the heart attack Reggie nearly gave him. Well, we should only have a few more hours. We'll be pulling in. We're off the sea now. We're over land, so it shouldn't be long now. Does anyone wish to do anything more before we leave the train?
No, this train's uneventful.
I know, it is.
Nothing exciting happened on
It's
this
a lot of smart talk.
Yeah.
We're ready to take this off the rails.
It's not even smart talk. It's
You're not
two-
going off these rails.
It's two assholes being fucking thesauruses constantly. Like, well, actually.
What you mean
God.
is automaton.
It is such a burden to be intelligent. All right. You guys roll in. There was an original question that spawned this whole thing for the past literally 42 minutes of Is this train station as nice as the one we left?
Yeah.
The answer is no. Again, because Duskwall is the capital of the world. That's the largest train station on the planet. Blah 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 blah. And the train system is effectively their train system. So you guys roll into this city, and what you're seeing is instead of in Duskwall, it's old buildings. These are old buildings as well, but it is buildings that are ancient in Duskwall that have old buildings kind of built on top of them that have slightly less older buildings built on top of them. Where everything is crowded because it is literally confined by the walls. There is no more place to go. It is crowded and stinking and claustrophobic, which is, again, normal for you guys. This place does not have those confines. They do not build up. Now, granted, there are some large buildings. Callum is like, he is going through his book, and he's pointing out things. That's the central temple to the Lady of the Unknown Ecstasy. That is a bank. That is... You have that in Duskwall. Oh. You just haven't read the religion section.
Oh.
But ours is nicer.
Right. This place is a shithole.
Oh my god, you guys are tourists. American tourists.
Yeah. We've got one of those. Oh yeah, we've got one of those.
Can we?
Looks so much
where's the McDonald's at? I'm hungry.
Can we get some ketchup with this squid?
There are some. There's government buildings. There's a palace sort of thing. There's obviously a nicer district, but generally it is bigger, as in it just takes up more area because it can spread out, and the buildings are not built on top of each other and on top of each other. The architectural, there's an architectural difference. The buildings in Duskwall are made of wood. There's no forests anymore. Where do they get the wood? Well, this is the original wood, right? That's how old some of the base buildings are in Duskwall, is that they are made out of pre-apocalypse wood. So when you burn down that bar, that was, you burned down
huge. I didn't burn shit.
They burned
They burned it down. Yeah. Booker's like,
seemed awfully extreme.
Right. So and they don't have. There's a lot more stone buildings here. The buildings are more of a tan color, but they've been here years and years. They use electrophasmic light. It's very, what we would consider, it's very polluting, but the world is wrecked, so who gives a shit about pollution? And so there's like this sort of soot everywhere, which is actually kind of homey for you guys, in a way. So they're this sort of dusky, grayish color with this sort of tannish yellow underneath. 1-2-story buildings, 3 at the most, with the big, like the Temple of the Unknown Ecstasy and all that sort of stuff. Those are like big 5, 6, 7-story buildings, big palaces and whatnot. Government districts, forts, that sort of thing. Again, Callum was pointing all this out to you. They don't have street lights here. They have these sort of green glass columns where the electrophasmic, the whale oil kind of goes through them through the underground, and they have an underground piping system. And
also like old school London.
Right.
Are there any like street vendors when we get kind of off in there?
So so the difference between Duskwall and this place is that in Duskwall we have street vendors. We have people, hustling and stuff, and we have poor people and whatnot. And we have shops and stores. This place has less in the way of shops and stores and street vendors. They have bazaars and marketplaces. They have districts that are dedicated to, big marketplaces. They have a food marketplace. They have a weapons marketplace. They have a weird things back alley bazaar sort of stuff. And in place of street vendor individuals, you have beggars. You have people coming up to, as soon as you guys walk off this train station onto the streets, you notice that the air is drier, and because you guys are a harbor city. This is not a harbor city.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
The air is drier, and it's hotter. It's just warmer. That's just how it is.
So, Callum, are there...
As soon as you guys step off the platform onto the streets, you guys are accosted by beggars. A lot of kids, a lot of urchins and stuff, trying to sell you stuff like pencils, matches, useless shit, where it's like, some are just have their hands out and begging, but it's like, they're selling you a match just so they, yes, I'll buy your match. It's charity.
Yeah, I kind of look down at it and give him an angry look. Get lost!
Make me a fortune roll on that. So, I want to see how
Quickly you get possessed.
Yeah.
That one is probably going to be a resolve.
Yes, piranha boys are
before
eating
you,
you.
and before you roll, do you have any advantages?
I'm big and strong
And scary and scarred, absolutely. And you're also very foreign looking, so yep. All right.
I'm surrounded by people that look
Also
dangerous as well.
Yeah, yep. You guys
foreign.
and foreign, and you guys do not hide the fact that you're dangerous individuals.
Yep.
Do you have any disadvantages?
None that I can think of.
I would say language, but the get the fuck out of here is pretty universal.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, you're good.
All right. So is that 2 or 1?
And really, it's not what you say; it's how you say it.
I'll say 2. I don't
Okay.
remember. I see a
2
6.
6s.
Of course,
Hey.
of course, you motherfucker.
Yeah, making it wane.
Kids scatter.
All right.
All the beggars scatter, and then there is one young man there. And he is his arms are crossed, and he has a T-shirt that says "The Man, bitches." No, he does not.
The man bitches.
The man, bitches. So, and he's just looking at you guys. He has. So, I am terrible at coming up with like little things. So, like little individual, tiny little details. And all the people who live in Tycheros have different, unique, little individual details about their body.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting that on you guys. Wayne, this kid is 9-year-old Tycheros and looking right at you. What is his unique, weird detail?
Cat eyes and like increased.
Canines?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He does not look like he's out of cats, but yeah, he has the split pupil and he has not vampire fangs, but yeah, easily he kind of like
Because the lower ones are larger too.
yeah. He kind of smiles and you see that, and he's got a sort of a confidence about him, and he's just standing there.
What are you selling?
I'm selling my service. Oh wait, that's Cal. Well, I'm selling my services. Sounds exactly the same, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Roll with it.
Yeah. Callum's like my brother.
Do you know where we can find the man?
He kind of like looks to the right, looks to the left. And then he says something. He says, "Do you mean this?" And Callum is like he's like flipping through a book, and he's looking at it, and he goes, "Yeah." He looks at you. He says he didn't. He said in his Tycherosian language, he said, "The mannequin."
Mannequin. Like a puppet?
You ask Callum.
Yeah. No, I say that out loud in front of the cat boy, and
The kid is about to talk, and Callum goes, "Well, technically, a mannequin is not a puppet. You're thinking of a marionette."
isn't a mannequin just a big marionette? with
No,
no
marionette
strings?
has strings.
So the defining thing of a marionette is strings.
Yes, and that it's a puppet.
Okay.
Whereas a mannequin is, well, it's not a statue. How would you describe it, Alexander?
It's a human armature. It's a
Posable.
It's an articulated, posable statue.
Articulated means you can move the limbs.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Like a statue that moves?
Yes, a moving statue
Yes.
made of wood.
Various. Oh yeah, yeah, yes. Never. And he looks at the kid, and the kid's like, just kind of like, yes. how do you say it? Calum's like, mannequin. The mannequin. Imagine this kid has a thick accent and he gets a lot of the Arcosian words wrong, but I'm not going to do that. And the kid's like, yes. And he lowers the mannequin. Well, I guess I can say it. The mannequin, because I'm not saying. And then he says the Arcosian word for, or I'm sorry, the Tycherosan word for the mannequin.
Yeah.
Are they expecting you?
No, but why are you so afraid?
Why aren't you?
Because we don't know anything about him.
Ignorance.
Oh, yes. Well, yeah, a dangerous and powerful individual.
Oh, okay.
In Tycheros, we mind our own business.
Oh, we don't do that.
You notice that when he does that, like when you rub your fingers together, it's like cash bills, and this society is coin based. So he does whatever the universal symbol for pay me,
works the
motherfucker.
balls.
I toss him a coin that probably means nothing to him because it's from home.
Well, I'm going to say that there's like probably a gold silver standard.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I toss him a...
yeah. Otherwise, we're going to have to get into money changers, and I don't know, deal with that. Yeah, and he's like, oh, I mean, I can be convinced to not follow my people's tradition, and I can take you to him, yes. Well, I can take you close to him. Well, I can get you to the district. I know some people, yes.
You're going from helpful to not fucking useful.
Well, and he looks around. Your friend scared everyone else away. So I think I'm pretty useful to you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Provided you have the coin.
Didn't you just give him money?
Yeah.
This is a retainer.
I don't understand what this has to do with his teeth.
I was thinking cat teeth, and I was trying to line the joke up, but yeah.
So you're wanting more money, is what you're saying?
Don't you?
I like this kid.
Good, because you're now in charge of him.
Apparently, you're the one with the money too. So
Just tell us where to go.
I just laugh because no.
I can lead you there.
Press, what are you thinking about this kid?
What is the kid? Does the kid look part demonic?
Yeah,
They all do.
Cat face.
So here's the thing. You know how you have Ghost Mind, right? Or the one where you can
Yeah.
sense supernatural.
Yeah.
The Tycherosan people, the ones who look like they have the features, are not inherently supernatural. No more or less than anybody else here, even like you with your ghost punching, even the people like you yourself with powers and whatnot. Obviously, everybody is going to be a little bit, but for you, it's background radiation that you don't even notice. This kid is just like that. All the Tycherosans are like that. So, is this kid possessed by a demon? Remember, in this universe, it's like a demon is kind of like what we think of as a demon, like a Faustian devil, but also kind of just a monster as well. Not necessarily the spirit that possesses and...
Oh God, is Proust a purist and hates
Oh,
children that are born? No, no, poor kids.
I think that we should release him from bondage.
Yeah? How's that?
Oh, perhaps a cut up around the neck, or maybe a blade driven through the bottom of the jaw into the skull.
He looks you up and down and says, I don't think you have enough coin for that.
Well, if we do that, we can give you as much coin as we want because we can take it back when he's done.
That's true, but you would have to have the coin in the first place, which, looking at your clothes, I don't think you do. Now, this kid is ratty and, he's a work shape. He's a gutter snipe.
Don't waste any more money on him. I'm going to vivisect him.
What does that
He's a kid.
No, he's not. He only appears to be a child. You're taking something upon faith that you shouldn't be when so many things you won't take upon faith you should. It's not that you lack it, it's that it's confused. You go by what you see, not by what actually is. It's all right. I'll cut this thing apart for you and tell you what I find.
Everyone here is like him.
Well, then we've got a lot of work to do, don't we? So much to learn, so much to document.
I just gotta look at Treacle.
Well, we're either going to get this job done or we're going to end up in irons. Or worse.
You're in Tycheros, sir. It's going to be worse.
All right, kid. We'll give you a little bit more money for now. You lead us astray, and the good doctor will find you.
You're all very dangerous-looking men with longer legs than I have. My only hope would be that I know the back alleys and where to go, but I have to get away first. So how about I just take your money and lead you to where you want to go? I think it works out for everybody.
You're on him, Jack.
He turns around, he takes your hand, your big ham meat hook of a hand, he slips his little 9-year-old boy hand in yours, and he leads you down the street. He starts skipping.
I don't skip, but I walk.
Yep.
Kid kind of reminds me of you. Not the way he looks, just his sass.
Oh.
There's a certain sass level with the child, yes.
Yeah, that was Alex when he was a kid.
Hey, you know what the primary physiological difference is between an artery and a vein?
No, you're going to have to tell me that, Doc.
An artery has its own musculature that actually pulsates with it. I once cut open something somewhat like this thing that's appearing as a child, and it had no discernible heart, but the muscles around its arterial structures were strengthened such that it didn't need one. It had more of a distributed cardiac system, I suppose you could say. Fascinating thing. Perhaps has applications for an invention that maybe Alexander could make. I wonder what ideas we'll come up with from his body. Perhaps he has no lungs or no liver.
Oh, well, maybe this mannequin also is that way. Maybe you can cut him up.
So when I get out of range of them a little bit, so I can say something to the kid. Yeah. So what's your name?
What is his name?
Franklin.
Franklin?
Yes.
Franklin. Actually, they have a name list here.
Please say.
Oh, they don't have them organized by heritage, though. He says Orlan.
Okay.
But you can call me Franklin.
Orlan. My big friend back there. My big friend back there. He's got a lady he likes back back home.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to find something pretty that he could buy her here that's exotic. Maybe something woven. I don't know what women find pretty.
Checks the best.
But when you drop us off, if I give you some extra coin, can you go find something pretty and bring it back to us?
If you give me enough coin, you see these two like conspiring up ahead of you. He goes, if you give me enough coin, I will go to the clothing market. I can't think of a nifty word for that, but I will go to the clothing market, and depending on how much coin you have to spend, I will find the best booth. Now, I don't know what a woman wears except for a dress, sometimes, or pants, or overalls, but I will ask them.
That's what I figured. You'd know somebody to ask.
I know.
And as we're walking, I look over at Reggie and I go, yeah, Jack's getting ripped off.
He's got to learn these things on his own. We can't hold his hand forever. I'm more worried about, and I point over towards Proust, who I'm sure is staring up and down everybody we walk by. It's like,
No, he's got a fixation right now.
oh,
So,
He's got a target fixation. Unless we pass an actual real deal demon, then that will change. But for the moment, he's got target fixation.
I mean, you might have already passed some.
Yeah, Jack is going to slip the kid a coin. I mean, like a coin.
Oh, like a full coin.
Yep. Yeah. And he knows that whatever the kid buys is not going to be worth the full coin. He likes the kid. The kid didn't run away when he intimidated him. The kid sassed, is making a deal, is hustling.
Stood his ground. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that's a fair amount of money. Because they describe one coin as being several pouches full of money. So it's like,
and now he's handing over all this money. What the hell's he doing? It better be his money.
Oh my god.
2 coins. That's a minor job. Several full pouches of money. So it's half of several full pouches. Whatever.
A few full pouches.
Yeah.
I am slipping him a pouch.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure they don't see it. I'm assuming he's probably good at.
All right. I want 2 fortune rolls.
Okay.
One, I want to see if you can, like, they see you guys conspiring. I want to see if they notice you paying this kid a phenomenal amount of money.
I'm going prowess because this is. I'm trying to slip it.
Do you have any advantages or disadvantages?
You're big.
disadvantage. Proust is fixated on this.
Yeah.
He's
Actually, everybody kind of.
But would Proust even say anything? Like, Proust doesn't care about money.
Yeah, that's true.
And he even said, it's like, well, once we vivisect the kid, we'll get all the money back. So fucking
We are kind of watching.
I just want to know, did he see it happen?
Oh, yeah.
Not will he do anything about it, but just did he see it happen?
I only want to see it to make a comment about it.
Because if Wayne's roll specifically so that no one sees it, then Proust would likely see it. Now, he may not react to it.
I will say you have a disadvantage of everybody's looking at. They're not looking for you to pass something. They're looking at you. They're talking about you.
Yeah.
Do you have any? So that's your disadvantage. Do you have any advantages?
I imagine this kid probably is good at
Sleight of hand.
sleight of
Oh
hand
yeah, you're
stuff as
probably
well.
already missing like your pocket watch, your keys, a pin. You guys are probably all missing some random.
And I tell him I want this to be a surprise for my friend, so I don't want them to see as I give you this money.
Okay, I'll give you that as an advantage.
So that we can be back to 4.
Yeah.
All threes.
3 is the bad outcome for a fact. You
So he just
hand
don't
to
see it.
This
Drops money.
you've been in the business. You've been in the business. You know
He
a
lands at
pickpocket.
Proust's feet.
Yeah, you know a pickpocket. You know people who can do the prestidigitation thing. You've worked with them. You've beat them up. Hell, you've got some on your gang currently in the cohort. And you can, like you said, you can tell this kid is, you wouldn't say Master Houdini or anything like that, but he's good at what he does. You, on the other hand, with your scarred boxer knuckles, your
meat hooks,
your split knuckles and broken finger bones, your twisted sort of hands.
Subtlety is not my thing.
You literally drop the coin pouch and a handful of coins like scatter onto the cobblestones. And you see these two stop. All of you guys stop
behind them.
And you're just like, some of you, like Callum is like, he pretends to have seen something over there and is looking at something else.
I just look over at Treacle.
And I've got one eyebrow up and just looking at Jax and just shaking my head disapprovingly.
This is like last time he tried to buy possession insurance or something. You remember that?
Yes.
God, he lost a lot of money that day.
Well, to be fair, he's never been possessed.
I guess it's
Not
been working for him. That's
true, but you don't know.
It looks like it's been working, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess it was a good buy. Mm-hmm. Hurry up, Jack.
There's a what?
Look at me! Coins rolling across the street.
Tie my boots.
Time boots.
Callum like reaches down, picks one up that rolled by, and kind of tosses it to you. Yeah. Now I want you to make a fortune roll. I want to see. This kid is going to do the thing for you.
Right.
All right. I want to see the quality of what he does. He's not necessarily going to try and screw you over, but that might be part of the story if you roll super shitty.
Well, I'm guessing that one makes more sense to be insight, which I only have one die in.
Okay.
Oh no.
He's got a lot of money to work with.
Yeah, okay, that's an advantage is that you just can a fuck lot of money.
And I expect him to rip me off.
Mm-hmm.
This is my way of, I'm actually giving him the charity as well.
This kid seems to like you. I mean, you're the big, tough, scary guy. He took you by the hand, and you guys have been conspiring to... it's like conspiring with a 9-year-old, right?
Yeah.
He's like getting into it. He's just a little bit more street smart than your average.
So did you say
So
he
he
gets
likes
another
me.
die for him actually helping? Like this kid's actually really trying.
Yeah, this kid is actually going to do it. Unless he rolls like all ones,
Yeah.
and then he's going to give him the business.
Hey!
6. Good outcome. All right. We're going to say, so like fast forward into the future when you're leaving, you guys are all like beat up and you have broken arms and you're bleeding and, Treacle's possessed by a ghost and it's just crazy,
Third day.
Yeah, it's the usual. But, Alexander is literally on fire with magical fire that can't be put out. He's got to stay in the back, so...
Too
Like
spicy.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah, yeah.
Too spicy.
Fast forward to that flash forward, he hands you a box, and in that box is like an actual really beautiful dress. So
And when we get to that point,
right, and it's not in the style. It's not in the Duskwall mode.
right, and that's the intention.
Right, yeah. It is in the Tycherosan style and mode. Not an ethnic outfit, but just in their style. Right. All right. So, flashback to the present. You guys are led through different streets and alleys and stuff. There are a couple of times where you guys, even Jack, there's a main street and the kid leads you through an alley, through a back way. You guys are like, all right, it's on. You got your hands on guns. You're like ready to get, jump and given the business. But that doesn't happen. And if Jack were to talk to the kid or something, the kid says there's
Shortcut or something.
There's a shortcut. There's some bad men who work that corner. There's, we would have had to pay a toll. I didn't want it coming out of my cut. That sort of thing.
Yeah. If we were back home, this wouldn't even be odd. This is what we do as we go through town.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But the whole time, Treacle's saying, as it goes on, it's like, it's getting worse.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here it comes. No. Oh, the next one's going to be even bigger.
Yeah.
And we're just walking into some shit now.
The second you let your guard down. Yeah.
Saving it up. All right. So, he leads you to a district. You guys can tell the district is different than the district you came from, but unfamiliar, right? It's not warehouses and factories, but it's not like homes and markets either. You're kind of like not light industrial, maybe, with some homes. It's different than where you guys live, so you're having a little trouble categorizing it in your mind, but it's normal for here. So the kid tells you to wait here on a corner. He's got to go talk to somebody. He runs across the street. Treacle is about ready to pop. It's like he has both hands on both guns and he's just ready to just start rocking. And the kid runs across the street, talks to some people who are hanging out over there, and comes back and he's like, okay, I talked to some people. I'm pretty sure I can get you an audience. And you guys are all together. He says that. Do you want to go now, or do you want to? I can find a place for you guys to stay, a hostel or something, and get something to eat. It's a long trip. What do you guys want to do?
I'd say we get this over with now.
I tell you right now, kid, if they light this fucking place on fire. They're gonna light it on fire, aren't they?
He looks at Callum like, what did he say? And Callum's like, the kid says it's fine. You don't think that's what the kid said, but
Don't worry. You got us with you this time, Mom. If they lock you in and light fire to the building, we'll just break you out.
All right.
oh, was that what you're concerned about?
It happened to him before.
Oh, I know. I heard about it. Everybody's heard about it.
Yeah, everybody's heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't worry, we will burn this city.
I mean, Callum's standing there. It's like, well, it's made of stone. That might be difficult, but
Does stone burn? Doc.
Actually, real life, because of the type of stone.
yeah.
Like certain types of sandstone and such actually do burn.
And the temperature.
Yeah.
Jack reaches over and he runs his hand on the wall. This is going to hurt a lot when I have to break through one of these.
Jackie was too
You might
impressed.
might need a running start.
Gentlemen, I would not mind a little bit to eat, some time to rest, drink, but I can go on.
I feel it, freshening up.
What's the kid? What's the expectation? I mean, are we supposed to be like clean and fancy, or are we supposed to be, what is this mannequin?
Well, if you're trying to be clean and fancy, you've already failed, so...
Fucking kid.
Yeah. Even if we get clean, we're not going to
This
be
fucking
fancy.
kid. I keep asking him questions
Let's go
because he
see
just
Kim
makes
Cattrall.
fun of me. What is the mannequin? Does he have a certain dress code? I mean, I don't know. I'm out of my element here.
I'm 9 years old. I don't know. This is the best outfit I have. He's literally in rags.
Well, you can take some of Jackie's money and go get yourself some better clothes.
Oh, I have.
Okay. This kid's gonna be fucking running the joint the next time we come back here.
Good.
All right, if you all want to rest,
No.
you don't. Are we worried about resting?
I mean, if the two boys want to powder their noses, that's fine. We can take a rest.
I can push on.
God damn it! Make a decision.
It's just simply trying to be amenable. Let's go.
Amenable means nice and agreeable.
Mm-hmm.
You guys belong here.
Do we?
Yeah, I think so.
I think
Yeah.
so too.
I'd have to see their library. That's where they keep books.
I'm gonna punch you.
Yeah, I can attest. You do not want that.
You probably actually notice Reggie's getting mad at this point. He's actually mad.
Doc, you think the sooner we get out of here, the better?
I think this is like wallowing in sepsis.
Well, I mean,
Delicious.
That
I've
sounds-
seen where we live, so...
This place ain't so bad. It's nice. Streets are... Wait, are the
There
streets...
was literally a girl over there with antlers.
Yeah. I mean, they weren't big. They were small antlers.
She was a small girl.
I would say they're more horns than antlers. I mean, they only had like 2 points. But...
It takes the focus off her big ears. What are you talking about?
What's the difference between a horn and an
Hey,
antler?
hey. She's
That's a
probably
good question.
sensitive about those ears.
Don't body shame her over her ears.
Mm-hmm. That's what the horns are for.
The fucking... What? What?
She can't help.
Hey, big ears!
Her ears. You can call her antlers. Just don't call her ears.
How dare you?
Uncle Ron.
I think we're not going to have enough money to buy what we're looking for, so he's going to ask us to do something for him. So the sooner we get that worked out and know what we're going to have to do, the better off we are.
Yeah.
I'm not used to this.
Plus, we got a luggage.
But we're looking for you to run this. This is your thing.
No,
We're
I'm not.
talking to people.
I'm not used to you making so much goddamn sense. That's what I'm saying.
He's on a roll.
Right, yes.
We do have our bags and stuff with us. We need to drop them off. So, yeah, we need somewhere.
All right, take us to a hostel somewhere close by, some place that's not a complete shithole.
A hostel.
Yeah,
He kind of...
In this place.
yeah,
That's not a shithole.
right.
We don't even have them back at home that aren't shitholes.
That's fair. Callum...
And you think I'm the dumb one.
I don't think you're dumb, Reggie.
Callum, you speak to me again. You're getting one of these.
I think you're...
Just nod.
I think you're an intelligent and nice man.
Yeah, now you're just kissing my ass. All right, let's go somewhere. Let's drop all this shit off.
Right. All right. Lead away, kiddo.
Yep. Callum,
What was his name?
Frank.
Franklin.
Franklin or Orland.
No, I can
He answers
pronounce
to both.
I can pronounce Franklin.
Frank Olin.
Franco. Yeah, I don't know about that.
As you're walking, Callum's talking to the kid, and he's going through his book, and they're kind of like Callum doesn't necessarily speak to Karyosin, and he's like kind of trying to, and he keeps looking through his book and translating. And the kid's just like, just you're destroying the language. Please stop. You asked for toilet paper shoes.
Toilet paper shoes.
I think you just wanted to know what time it was. Callum's like, okay, fine. What district are we in? And the kid says, and he like flips through his book. He's like, okay, there is this, and this hostel. Which one are you taking us to? He's like, I'm not taking you to any of those. I would prefer you take us to any one of these three. He's like, well, I know this person. And he's like, and so they kind of go like back and forth on it a bit. And Callum's like, you know what, fine. You seem to know someone trustworthy. All right.
Maybe the egghead who wrote your book just doesn't know the city as well as maybe this kid does.
He kind of looks at the book. Maybe.
Who wrote that book?
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to say it was him. Like,
Did you
No.
write this book?
No, I did not write this book. You can tell he's hiding something.
Yeah. All right.
Do you know who wrote the book?
No. Not by name.
How do you know who wrote the book then, if it's not by name?
You're making the fancy man uncomfortable.
Good. He's been making us uncomfortable the whole trip.
All right, we're gonna go, kid.
the
we're
one time he's got nothing to say.
all right, kid. Take us to the hostel. Is it like a 1-bedroom thing where we're all gonna be sharing a room, or are we gonna split?
No.
We're gonna pair up.
Nope. Basically, he ends up taking you. Pardon me. Had to burp there. So basically, this kid takes you to somebody's house.
Oh,
It's not really. It's actually not a hostel at all. It's just somebody's house with a couple extra rooms. So you guys are split between 2 rooms. You don't think like the kid's talking to this person really rapidly, and they're talking back and forth. This person gives you the side eye, and then the kid like makes the money sort of gesture to the guy, and he's like, and the kid's like, okay, come this way. And this is your room. This is your room. And Callum kind of leans to you, and he's like flipping through his book. He's like, I think this is his cousin.
so we're paying. Well, I don't give a shit.
Right. There is a talk of money and fees and stuff, and it's all generally reasonable. And I assume you guys pay up. And
So when we get to the room, I'm looking around for like.
Trapdoors and shit.
Well, no, I'm looking for yes and no. What I'm looking for is somewhere to hide our stuff instead of leaving it sitting out on the bed, or
Right,
you know, leave the
right.
bags out in the bed. But anything that it couldn't replace, I want to try to find like maybe shove it up into the bed or something in the ceiling
or put it in your prison
because we're
wall.
really tall.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Walking around and fighting's real hard when you got something in there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I'm trying to put it up on high things where they won't find
Sure.
it. Or
Yeah, well, give me a fortune roll. Any advantages, disadvantages? I would say disadvantages that this is somebody's house they live in,
yeah,
so they know it a little bit better than you.
I'm probably bigger than them, so taller,
Tom?
and I'm able to see where they can't. I can reach up where they can't necessarily reach.
Yeah. I would say you're a criminal, too. You're
Yeah.
used to... I mean, you're not exactly a smuggler, but you're used to...
Here come the 3s.
Straight 3.
4.
Mixed outcome, limited effect.
You hide it in their closet.
You hide it, but it's hanging out.
Yeah, I'm thinking the problem is there really isn't anywhere good here because this is a house.
I'm gonna say pick 2 items on your loadout and just put like a check by them. They're just not there. They're like when you go to, maybe when you hid them in the house, somebody got sticky fingers. Maybe one of the urchins pickpocketed you and you didn't notice it. But yeah, any 2 items, just put a check mark by. They'll come back when you do a downtime, but
Kid stole my gun.
Goddamn kids.
but
Gets me
the
out of the way. Yeah.
but the positive part of the mixed outcome is none of your money's gone, none of the important stuff is gone.
We're relatively safe.
Yeah. You go through the market.
Well, hell, even the way you put it, it didn't disappear in the house.
Right.
It was before we got there.
It could be like these people are like hoarders and you just lost it.
Right, true.
Like lost in the middle of all their shit.
I mean, Jackie's been punched in the head a couple of times. I mean, maybe he just
It's like,
forgot.
I know I left it right here somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is how this innocent family's gonna get murdered by Jack.
Oh no.
Because he misplaced his
He
shit.
misplaced it, and then they're dead. He beats them, his last ounce of life out of him, and then he looks up. Oh wait, no, there it is.
Oh.
If we get back home and I walk in my room, I didn't pack it.
Oh, Jackie.
Sitting right on the bed.
Yep, right where you left it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, you guys kind of unwind a little bit. You rest a bit, and you get a meal. Part of what you guys paid was this is a B&B. This is an Airbnb for you guys.
Yeah.
Yep. And so there's the meals included, and it's a Tycheros delight. It's not a lot. You guys are used to a lot of seafood and also mushrooms.
It's more like a boarding house almost.
Yeah.
Well, at least the situation.
The situation is, yeah. This is a lot less seafood, same amount of mushrooms, and more land something. Can't quite identify. More real gamey, stringy, tough meat.
Doesn't taste like pork, does it?
No.
Okay.
Think more on the goat spectrum.
Well, I like goat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But does Alexander like goat?
Well, I don't really know. I don't know if that. I mean, gamey's probably not his thing.
Yeah, you've probably had it, right?
Yeah,
because goat
the
dales
big,
exist.
The big Clydesdale goat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've definitely probably eaten one of those.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a normal thing.
Meat is on the rich person end of the spectrum too.
I'm so glad this is not a fish sandwich.
Yeah, man.
I was trying to see how well Jack liked it. And he loves the meal.
Not only does Jack eat his whole thing and he just loves it, right?
Yeah.
Like Jackie's never been more than a district or 2 away.
Yeah.
Jack's not the kind of guy to go to some restaurant. He doesn't understand Treacle's obsession with food and that sort of thing. And you've definitely never had Tycheros and food in your life.
We'll basically never hear the end of it. Anytime food's brought up, he's going to mention this meal.
This
he's
is-
at this
this
guy's
is like-
house.
Food and drink is my vice. So
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. I'm like, you taste that? You taste that? There's like a spice in it.
This is like someone
Yeah, it's got pepper,
discovering
too.
Indian food for the first time and loving it.
I love it.
Never understanding, like, oh, Indian food, that looks gross. It smells weird. And they take one taste of it and like, I'm eating the entire buffet.
Yeah.
I'm coming back here
I feel
every
like that's
day.
so many people's first first experience with Indian food because there's always like all kinds of like jokes about Indian food smelling and all this shit.
Oh, it's
the
wonderful.
first time you have Indian food, you're like, holy fuck, this is like nothing I've ever had.
And I love doing Indian buffet for new people trying it because they don't know what to order.
Yeah,
Right.
you get a ton of
Yeah.
So you get a
ton of
little
different
bit of
things.
a bunch of things.
They
to
just
find
grab
out
the
what you like.
tandoori chicken and the naan, and it's like, no, there's so much better.
The
I miss Mr.
tar,
Curry.
you gotta get all the
You know that Mr. Curry by
Biryani.
them is open, Edwardsville, in Illinois. You guys are by Edwardsville, right? Yeah.
Relatively close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's closer than I am.
So, but yeah, no, you any of the food that you guys are kind of like, well, okay, I'll eat this, but I don't know. But like Jackie immediately takes and is like, you gonna eat that?
Give me a cut of that. Give me a
So,
And then I'm looking at the old grandma wrapped up in her shawl, and I'm like, 2 cooters. She has 2.
the old grandma is like does not speak a word. You're like,
Yeah.
ah! What's her thing? What's her?
Oh, what is the old grandma? She has
She has
1 eye. 1 eye.
one eye. Like
Shit, like a
Cyclops.
cyclops.
like in the middle forehead.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Her depth perception sucks.
I know. That's she just sits there and knits all day long.
Yeah.
And it looks all fucked up.
Yeah, it's all fucked up. It's like, I must be for one of her fucked up grandkids.
Yeah.
So does Proust eat any of the food they serve?
Just the barest minimum. Like, I mean, what he has to avoid some kind of weakness from hunger, and that's it.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. 'Cause all of they're serving him food. Every one of them has something. So
He's like, you're like the golden child. You eat like the one little
leaf. Yeah. He's got the oatmeal. He sticks his spoon in it and it bleeds. Yeah.
Brother Noomsy's forgetting me.
So yeah, you guys are sitting at the table. Callum has a screwdriver out, and he's like screwdrivering. He's got like stuck it into his metal hand, and it sort of you hear a spang, and then a blue sort of bead pops out. It's about the size of a large marble, but it's kind of oblong. He pops it out, and it's like really faded, sort of blue, and he puts it in his pocket, and he takes another one out while you guys are talking. And this one is blue. This one's like, it's not glowing, but it's like a richer blue color. And he shoves it into the palm of his hand. And there's like a snap, and two of his fingers go kink, like that. And then as he turns the screwdriver in his hand, the fingers kind of like tick, 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 back into place, and it goes like that.
I'm like mid bite with like whatever soup I'm eating. I go, do you have to do that at the table?
What's wrong with? I had to change the power cell out. How is that off-putting?
Did you see how that thing moved?
Well, yes.
I don't need to see all that.
Well,
Do that in your room or in the bathroom or something.
It's a locking
It's disgusting.
It's
not dinner appropriate.
Not dinner appropriate. Were you not the one talking to the one-eyed grandmother about the woman with two cooters?
She can't understand a fucking word I'm saying.
She starts laughing.
See? She certainly can see that with her one eye.
Yeah, but that's just small talk. That's
Yeah, well, I'm just getting to know her.
nothing gross about that.
Hell, she could be two cooter.
That's more fascinating than anything, right? One eye, two cuda.
it's like dinner and dessert.
Oh my god! Oh god!
Dinner and a show for sure.
Jesus Christ!
But my hand is the thing that's inappropriate here. Yes.
I'm sure none of these people have seen something like that.
Who knows?
Just does it have some sort of like lubricant or something?
This is the hand. I was like, what?
The hand?
Yes, the hand.
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, you have to ask Alex that. He's the one who designed it.
What the hell's this blue thing that he's taking out of there? It stinks.
It does not stink.
It does not stink.
Why?
Why are
He's so defensive.
Like,
I'm gonna see his hand.
He-
I'm gonna bury my nose in his palm and see if I can smell anything.
No, it does
I
not.
can't believe you're smelling his hand.
That's the hand he wipes with.
Yeah.
No, I don't. You know how painful
Wait a
that
minute.
is?
You have a fake hand. You have a real hand, and you're gonna wipe with the fake hand?
The fake hand is metal.
Yes.
That seems injurious to me.
You just seem like you'd be into
You just
that.
have a delicate ass.
Well, it's also extremely. Okay,
delicate
why are
ass.
we having a conversation about how he cleans himself post defecation while you're eating? Yet you're a.
We're making conversation. I don't understand. What don't they get about this? We're
Trickle's
just-
like,
this is normal conversation. You're over here fucking with your hand. That's gross.
Cleaning yourself's natural. There ain't nothing natural about that thing.
Also, I don't wash my hands at the table.
this is a
When
work
you-
of art.
When you pull it out, there's this big fucking hole in your hand, and it's fucking gross.
Well, there's a hole in the hand. You have to put the battery somewhere. You can't put it like on a finger, like a ring. Well, Alexander and Callum are like,
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, because it'd be great if somebody tried to steal your ring and took your power.
No,
source.
shut up. Shut the fuck up.
You're right. I don't even know why I'm talking about this.
Let them turn it into a ring so I have to look at his fucking holy hand every time.
You gonna eat that?
No, Jack, you can have it.
I look over at Granny. You believe these guys?
She comes over, she pats you on the head, and gives you an extra serving.
And I hold the spoon up and kind of...
One eye, two cooters, and three ladle full.
That's right.
Oh.
Dinner.
See, it brings the team together. Even Reggie's relaxed.
So, Jack, you raised an excellent point that it is very likely that when we go see this mannequin individual, that we're likely to not have something that we can negotiate. So, do we know anything about this person? Is there any scuttlebutt? Any word on the street?
All I know is that he is a dealer in exotica. That's exotica, not erotica.
Oh my god.
Different.
I don't want a whole package.
Sure.
Although they could broker in both.
I mean, it's possible. There's a lot.
Exotica.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot we don't know.
Sounds like a streetwalker.
Why are you guys telling me this? That's not my thing. That's those two.
What are you talking about?
Oh my god.
What is...
I'm starting to think Krause is the only one I can even talk to, and he's giving everybody weird looks.
I'm going to burn this building down.
See, that's more normal than
I look
anything
over at
anybody
Granny.
has said.
Don't worry about it. She's having a good time.
She gives you a bun.
Oh, thanks, Granny. Start eating my moon.
She gives you the cheek pinch. Yeah.
Tweaking my cheek. Oh, yeah. I think she's fattening me up.
I think in some places you might have just gotten engaged.
I take about half a bite and I kind of give her a sideways look and I go, shrug my shoulder.
She can cook.
All I know is that I did a lot of research to try and find the lens that we have, and I found out that it was from a museum in Scoveland, and it had disappeared during the late war. I was able to put in some inquiries and found that it changed hands to land in our favorite inspector's safe.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, and I could be wrong, that the inspector just made it disappear from an evidence room, but I am uncertain.
And you think this collector's got the other half?
I am fairly certain that he does.
Okay.
I am fairly certain that he does because I tracked the other lens down to...
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Ah.
It's like there was a bubble at the end.
There's a rider.
I'm sorry, you tracked the other lens too, you were saying?
Obviously, the
Wayne
devil's
deserves-
anus.
Wayne deserves a plaque for the first line of defense on.
That's right. When you weren't here, it was like, no, Wayne's not here.
And I tracked it down to Ander, and I thought it was in a museum. It wasn't. That was it wasn't the first time I was here, but I had some contacts, and basically I spread a little bit of coin around, and I think the only logical place it could be is with this mannequin person, because he is a dealer in exotic. My brain wanted to say erotica like 3 times in a row.
What the hell?
Exotica.
Yeah.
So, if this guy is,
He had a guy's mannequin.
if he's running a gang
Yeah.
and he collects stuff, and we're gonna walk in with one of the things that
Well,
he's got another one, what's to stop him from just killing us and taking it?
Well, Jackie, that's what you're here for,
to stop that shit.
right?
Okay.
And Reggie too. Yeah.
Do we have anything that is unique that we could trade? Besides your hand.
I'm not trading Alexander's hand.
I was gonna say.
Skills and services.
So we're basically you brought us here to do a job for the mannequin.
I mean, not specifically.
You still don't have any idea what that thing's for, right? Like any inkling what it could have been for before.
It's a bank robbery thing.
No, that's what he wants to turn it into. What was it before that? We still don't know, right?
Well, no, we don't.
What if like us bringing this to this guy is like completing some doomsday device?
Well,
God damn, Reggie.
Hey,
doomsday already happened. They're not going to do
Right.
it again.
I mean,
It could be
don't they have bad blood here for back
It could be
home?
a great day.
a great day device.
It is the device to start parades.
Oh my god, it's a great day device.
It creates rainbows, permanent rainbows.
Actually, that'd be pretty dope in this time.
Yeah,
this time, yeah.
Everybody would,
Yeah, rainbow.
lose their fucking minds
Right.
in the colors, right?
There are many sources that mention the lens or make references to things that mention the lens, and its purpose or its origin has 20 different stories behind them, all contradictory.
I just worry it's going to be used against us somehow. That's all.
Is that really why? I mean, clearly, it's not like the red sashes want this done.
Yeah, but did they really think that it could be used against them? Probably not.
No, but if it's used against us, they don't give two shits. That's why they had us do this, because we're fucking expendable.
Well, what if it's part of something to like take down the walls of back home or something?
Well, I wouldn't want that. That's where I live.
That's my point.
I fear that when we start thinking about the consequences of our actions, that way lies madness, and that we should accept the fact that this is our lot in life, and we're going to get the lens, and we're going to get our payday, and that's going to be that.
So no greater good or doomsday devices or good day devices or no worries about that.
Sincerely, Uncle, does it matter?
No, it does not.
Nah.
Do we ever?
It's
think
just one of
about,
those things you got to think about right before,
Do we ever think about this kind of thing normally? Not really.
Do we ever work on shit like this in this kind of scope? No.
Right.
I'm just saying it should be
Well,
open for debate.
I was led to believe that the Jawbreakers wanted to step up a notch.
God, you just
He's
love
applying.
to rub me the wrong way.
He's applying to your vanity at this point, and that's the right lever to pull. Just to be honest.
Nah, I give him 11.
All right then. We're gonna do the job. We're gonna do it right. And we're gonna make sure every fucking body knows we did it.
Okay.
None of this hiding behind the fucking wall shit.
What are you doing?
Got to get that name out there.
Yeah, so people stop fucking with us. When every blue coat back home shitting their pants when we walk down the street.
They kind of already do that on our street.
That's just because that's where the closest public bathroom is.
I guess that's true.
All right then.
Well, it works
Let's-
for me.
Let's head over there and see what the mannequin is going to have for us.
The old lady, as you guys are talking, she's cleaning up the stuff, and she puts what looks like a sort of a cookie with a muffin sort of embedded into it in front of you.
What?
And she pinches your cheek.
Thanks, Granny. And I look at it and I go, "What the fuck is this?"
A cookie with a muffin? Heaven?
Yeah. Is it still warm?
Oh, yeah.
She just fucking made this. And none of you fuckers can have any.
Wow.
Come on, try it, Uncle.
Yeah, I'm trying it.
I need to know what it tastes like.
It tastes like heaven.
Thought so.
God damn it, Jack. Here. You have these. Just because you were sharing your stuff.
Is there a hearth or a cooking fire or something?
I mean, you're in a kitchen, so yeah. Although there's not a fire in what you would think of as a wood burning stove, obviously because all the wood's gone. But they use electrophasmic oil here, and so it's while it looks different, it is the same concept of stoves and ovens and cooking gear that you guys have. So it's electrophasmic.
So Jack and I are making the what every cook wants to hear is the oh my god, oh good, that kind of stuff.
Jeez.
That's why she keeps feeding us, man. We keep telling her how great her food is.
Yeah, none of you guys are cleaning your plates. These guys are eating their plates.
Lick.
I'm on a strict diet.
Right. Yeah, you gotta
get
fight.
sick.
I gotta stay in fighting shape.
Yep.
Yeah,
You gotta
Alex
turn
is
to
one of those people that he's the opposite of me. I love gluttony, and I think of him as somebody who eats because of function,
Mm-hmm.
or I have to. It's not that
Well,
I can't
yeah.
enjoy a meal. It's just that it's not a
6 ounces
priority.
of protein.
Yeah.
I need this.
Well, yeah, I would think you probably forget to eat a lot.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, Callum's the same way. Not as bad, but when he's working on something, it's like, have you had anything to eat? Like, well, I had a coffee 2 days ago, sort of thing.
I think it's Callum's probably more mindful.
Yeah.
Whereas Alexander's more obsessive.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. All right. So what do you guys do?
We're gonna get cleaned up. We're gonna go over and we're gonna talk to the mannequin. Where are your best duds?
RDM.
Fuck.
Does anyone have any money in their stash?
I do not.
Yeah.
I don't have any coin here.
I just have my coin.
How much do you have in your stash? Like your actual... No, the stash is the grayed out one.
Oh, no, nothing.
Okay.
Nope.
I have 1 coin.
You guys... you guys think you look fine for
Yeah,
the
we look
neighborhood, but no, you guys are pretty ratty.
Bums.
Yep.
Reggie usually dresses decently nice.
Your standard of living is determined by how much
What you
money
have
you
in-
put in your stash. Not how much coin you have,
Yeah.
but how much you have in your stash.
Right.
So once you fill up your coin, then it goes into your stash?
No, when you fill up your coin, additional coin disappears.
You have to choose to put money in
Yeah.
your stash during your downtime.
You
Okay.
are a criminal with poor impulse control.
Sure, absolutely.
And so
Well, could I have already done that then? Because technically we had downtime last time.
if you want to say that you put a coin in your stash, that's
Yeah,
fine.
I didn't know it worked.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah. Once it's there, though, you can't pull it out and use it for. Well, you can, but it's.
It's like a
Right.
it's like a 2-to-1 or 3-to-1.
Okay.
Like when you pull it out, that is literally you sinking money into your lifestyle and your retirement. And there's an actual chart in the book that says X number of coins in your stash means this specific kind of lifestyle.
So basically, if you have no coin in your coin, but
It
you
is-
have everything in your stash, it's like, I have money, but it's tied up in investments and
Right.
blah, blah, blah.
You don't have access to it.
Right.
It's the kind of thing where Reggie has been thinking ahead.
Yeah.
I see Reggie putting money into his stash.
Yeah, I mean that was
I
my.
can see Uncle Treacle doing.
Yeah.
Jack is not thinking ahead.
Yeah.
He doesn't expect to.
And we had talked about that. That was my plan, was to stash as much as I could for not just myself,
Okay.
but these two.
So just so you know, the stash 0 to 10 coins in your stash is a poor soul. Wait.
Yeah, our big weakness, we're not getting paid for any of our jobs.
Yeah, we haven't really gotten.
See, a standard payday is supposed to be 6 coins. That's for an average run-of-the-mill job.
Right.
And I don't think we've been paid for a job yet.
You guys have been paid for jobs.
Yeah, it's all we've. That
Yeah.
6 gets spread among us, so we get like
One.
1 coin and.
Well, no, because we haven't received any.
Yeah.
The only coin I've gotten was from the last train thing.
So the gang has been paid. The individual gang members
Yeah.
might not. I haven't been tracking it. Might not have been. You need to take that up with management.
The only coin we ever had was put into the safe that we had, and it was like 2.
I don't know. We've been getting coin all this time. I've been spending for extra actions. And
I haven't had any coin at all. So.
I have never had a single coin.
No.
Not that not a complaint, just an observation.
we have said at in the session that we each of us get a coin. I think you guys just weren't marking them down.
Yeah. I as the game master for job payout
Yeah.
do not give individuals coins. I give individuals coins at the completion of projects, and if you do something
Yeah.
on a score, like in one of the very first games, Jack was basically like, I am looking for expensive jewelry and stuff and shoving it in my pocket, make a roll, okay, you get 1 coin for that.
Right.
That is the only way I, as a game master, give individuals coins.
Yeah, the gang has been getting coin, and we've said at the
You
end.
got the gang sheet, don't you?
Yep.
I don't.
Dan?
No.
Is it?
Let me double check.
I don't
Maybe
have
I
it.
do.
I had it, and then I think I did give it to Wayne.
Yep.
I felt more comfortable Wayne having it since he's done one.
Yep. If you guys have questions
We have 4
about
coins right now in the gang.
And I think the way we were doing it was everybody gets 1 and the gang got 1. So
Yeah.
you should have 4 coin.
Yeah, if you haven't been spending them,
Yeah, I haven't.
I've been spending mine.
I haven't spent.
I
any
do not
coin.
know. I very purposely do not track it, and so I don't know.
Yeah, you've been marking yours down. I've been marking mine. You guys should have been marking down 1 for each one, which has been like 4.
So I should have 4 total.
Yeah,
Yes.
if you guys say these guys should have 4, that's fine
Yeah.
with me.
I have actually used mine a couple of times. I've used them for more actions, and I just gave him one to buy a gift for Mabel to give to Reggie to give to Mabel.
And before you guys
Jackie's a
move,
saint.
before you guys move money into your stash, just understand when you mark your character's final trauma, they retire. The amount of coin they've managed to stash away determines their fate. Your stash tracker is on your character sheet. 0 to 10 is you are a poor soul. You end up in the gutter, awash in vice and misery. Whereas a stash of 4, and it goes 0 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 39, and the final 40th stash point is fine. A well-appointed home or apartment, claiming a few luxuries, you might operate a medium business. So basically, you retire.
And I already started a business.
Yeah.
And I know I already have my clock for earning money right now.
In addition, this is how I go. In addition, each full row of stash, which is 10 coins, indicates the quality level of the scoundrel's lifestyle. From 0, which is street life, to 4, which is luxury. When you remove a coin from your stash...
Oh, so it goes horizontal.
Yeah, when you remove a coin from your stash, for every 2 coin removed, you get 1 back.
Okay.
When your coin fills up your non-stash, where it says coin, there's 4 coin boxes. If you get a 5th coin and don't move it into your stash,
It goes away.
you literally shoot it up your arm, spend it at a whorehouse. It's like opening up your check account at the end of the month going, wait, I thought I had $50 in here. Why am I at negative 13? It's because you're an irresponsible scoundrel with poor impulse control.
I bought myself some new boxing gloves.
Yep. And this, I actually do use this in the game. So, like, if you want to sneak into the fancy club, the high expensive casino club thing, and you tell me, all right, I'm going to go in the front. I'm going to put on my nicest suit, and I'm going to walk in the front door. I'm like, okay, well, what is your lifestyle level? How much do you have in your stash? And you'll be like, I've got 2 in my stash. I'm like, then they throw you the fuck out because you look like
shit.
You look like shit.
Yeah.
Whereas
Now, you could do acquire an asset beforehand to get fine clothes, or
Spider has a disguise kit, that sort of thing. Yeah.
or I'm going to go rob this place to get it and
Right.
get a clock and.
Or if you tell me, yeah, my stash, I have, 3 full rows of stash. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you put on your Sunday best and
Yeah, Silver had some stash, but she had a really nice dress because in one of our first
Stole
missions, she stole it from actually the Timothy's girl,
Dr. Dan.
Dr. Danchev.
Yeah.
She stole one of Dr. Danchev's dresses, and it just happened to be her size because I rolled really well for it.
And she had 1.
Yeah.
It was like a thing on your characters as an item, right?
Yep.
And if she got
If anything happened to it while wearing it, I wouldn't have had it anymore.
a couple of actually, I think all 3 of the women in the group stole dresses from her.
Yeah.
And so I remember like one of them got shot. So she had this really nice dress that was all like high class and stuff that had a big fucking bloody bullet hole in it.
Class.
Yep.
He's got to cover that shit up with a sash or something.
That's right. Okay, so where are we at? What are we...
Well,
We're ready to go see the man.
So
Right.
having 4 coin in the
Again.
stash don't mean shit for how I look then.
On a scale of 1 to 10, maybe there'll be some... We'll split a hair. There'll be some... Like, you're not trying to get into the high-class club. But you are trying to get into the poker game in this,
Yeah, I didn't
Right,
when I said he dresses nice, I didn't mean like he dresses like he doesn't wear a suit or something like that.
Right.
But he clean.
Mhm.
Like he doesn't look like he's ratty, I guess.
Yeah.
That's how I am.
Yeah. And technically speaking, if you guys have, I'm going to say if you guys have nothing in the stash at all, and I've done this for the previous 2 campaigns as well. If you have nothing in your stash, you live in the hideout, like in a bunk in a back room, not even in a bedroom, right?
Mhm.
You live in your Uncle Treacle's putting you up. When you get beyond that, then you can say, well, yeah, I've got 1 or 2 in there. Okay, well, you live in a flop, or you live in a 1-room apartment or something like that. So it is also your living situation.
I live in my gym now.
Which is a shitty place to live if you think about it, but yeah, you can.
But
A
I
lot,
own it.
a lot of trainers do that.
A lot of
Yeah.
I own it, so
Yeah, and that's cool too. Hell, but even if you don't want to put money in the stash, you can do a project to acquire a place to live,
yeah.
and we can do a story about that. So, all right,
So we're going to see this mannequin.
okay,
We're dressed up like,
as well as you.
we're polished turds, basically.
Yep, that's why you gotta, climb that ladder.
I only got 3 holes in this outfit.
True. Only one of them is a mothball. Dan, you have 7 minutes.
I know I'm watching my own
Okay.
clock.
All right. So you, long story short, you guys are led to to this building, and like I said, it's sort of a mixed. The district's sort of like light industrial, a couple of like small warehouses and homes. There's like basically little, like there'll be a street of little houses, and then there'll be maybe a small like rug making shop and something like that, a pot making shop, and then there'll be like a couple of warehouses or something like that. Just small light businesses and that sort of thing. Not exactly shop fronts. And you were led to what is effectively a warehouse, a decent sized warehouse. There's no signage on it at all. And there's 2 big doors that are the entrance of it. It looks like you can like pull a big cart through it. They're bigger than just walk in, human-sized door, but there is a person-sized door cut into it as well.
Oh yeah, so it's just like a barn door.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there anybody outside?
So do you want to see if there's guard? You do not see any guards walking up. Do you want to like make a fortune roll to see if you see like what kind of security is going on here?
Yeah.
All right.
We'll do it like a once over. We're just gonna walk around the place, and then I think I'm gonna use insight.
Okay. And do you have any major advantages
Um,
for your private parts?
Yeah, private parts.
advantages.
Private dancer.
I would say disadvantage. I don't know the area, so it's not like I know where good hidey holes are and things like that. So I would take a disadvantage there.
Yeah. You kind of off your game a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
One advantage might be there's 5 of us.
I mean, if you tell them like, okay, guys, give yourself an advantage.
Keep
for
an
that.
eye out. Let's look and see if there's any lookouts. Look at anybody. So even out.
Fan out.
Yeah.
Don't do anything crazy.
What?
6.
6, of course. So yeah, you get the good outcome. Good outcome standard effect. So across the street, there are like 2-story home-looking things, and in the top windows, now remember it's dark, right? But it's the dark you guys are used to. There are those green glass holes. They're about 8 or 9 feet tall. They're sort of squarish, but they have like a little metal base, and then they go up and they're fully green and glass. And it looks like there's some sort of electrophasmic charge that runs up it in like some sort of anode or something. This is not something that you guys have back home. Obviously, when you guys first landed here, Kellum and Alexander are like, what is this sort of stuff? You guys are like, they're fucking lights. Go.
Right.
So, but they instead of like casting a spot that you're used to. They instead do a dull glow.
Oh, like a glow stick.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Can't see shit with a glow stick.
Plus, they're
Yeah.
green, so that doesn't
Yeah.
really help. Green light doesn't really.
Yeah. Apparently they're used to it here. That's
Yeah.
how they do it.
Well, they're also part demon, so maybe that helps with like. Being
That's
able
why
to
they have
see.
cat eyes and shit.
Mhm. But in the gloom, you see a couple of the houses across the street. You see like a figure, looking down at you guys. And you notice and you see a blind draw and stuff. So, but you're used to going down the street to cause trouble. People look.
Yep.
They see you notice and they close.
Yep.
And then they go hide. You notice them do that, and then when you kind of do the crazy Ivan and you turn around as you're walking away, and you see them looking again,
Right.
and you get a little bit better view of them. It's hard to make out details. Maybe it's one of the wooden figures, but you're not sure because it's so dark and dank. But no, those aren't people living there. They're watching.
Every time I think about like the setting, I in my mind I think of it a lot brighter than it really is, like
Mhm.
all the time.
Yeah.
And
Well, and our eyes have adjusted.
Yeah.
yeah. And to
Well, I
me-
guess that's true too. Yeah.
Yeah, to me, it like in a dark dank place like this. Yeah, this is what you guys grew up with.
Yeah.
I think of the average person who lives here like malnourished, pale, poor eyesight.
Well, everybody would be pale.
Yeah, everybody's like that, and I view the scoundrels as they're able to not to be trifled with, and the all that sort of stuff. Because for some reason, like you guys are just a little bit
Naturally more
genetically,
adapted
yeah,
to
a little bit bigger. You're a little bit better fed. You're a little less crushed by society. I mean, you're not working 14-hour days.
Now, I know like the sun's exploded or whatever, but
Yeah.
is it fully gone or is it more like a
I describe it as
dull husk?
a red ember up in the
Yeah,
sky.
so it's
like
still technically there.
Yeah, it's still technically there. Like if you look, you can see it and point to it.
Yeah.
But you're full eyes wide open. You're looking
It's
directly
such a
into it.
dull glow.
Yeah, it's not helping.
Okay.
All right, so as we're walking, I go, all right, we've got eyes 3 o'clock high. Not for certain, but I think it might be one of those dummies.
That's creepy.
Mannequins
Don't start with me.
or automaton.
But mannequin is a dummy, right? Made of wood, bigger than a marionette.
Alexander, where's he getting the wood?
I don't know. That's an excellent question.
I mean, if we were to suddenly these guys start doing their egghead shit, and Callum's like, if we were to make something like this, we would use metal. We would, and they start kind of like pitching ideas back and forth.
Go knock on the door.
Right, but then what about abandoned buildings? For example, I mean, not here, but abandoned buildings in Duskwall. I mean,
Yeah.
there's plenty of wood that we could harvest there. Maybe smoke.
Maybe
Well,
it's
that's true.
maybe it's his way of showing off how rich he is. Instead of building with metal, he's building with wood.
prestige. Yeah,
That's true. He is a dealer in
I
exotic.
have my arm up. I'm just listening, like waiting for a pause, and clearly no one's going to. So I just do. Like
and you
by
hear
itself.
an organ like there's Christopher Lee is there like yes.
Vincent Price. Hello. Welcome.
You look delicious. I'd like to have you for dinner. I mean over for dinner.
Oh, guests. Excellent. I love Vincent Price, man.
There's a lot of Vincent Price movies on Canopy.
There's a lot on Amazon too, actually. Oh, I love Vincent Price. It's fucking
I need to
hilarious.
go look at that because
He's from St. Louis.
Is he really? I didn't know that.
He's a St. Louis guy. He on the St. Louis Walk of Fame that we have in the Loop. He's got a star.
Maybe I did know that. I just don't remember that at all. That's actually cool. Vincent
Yep.
Price is the shit.
Yeah, and unlike our other famous St. Louis person who
Which one?
The Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry, who
Where
like
you watch
filmed-
people pee.
Yeah, Philip
Yeah,
P.
I thought you were going to
That's
go
not
John
fun.
Goodman.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with
John
that.
Goodman
John
doesn't watch
Goodman.
people pee.
No,
Well, I
that
mean,
we
I have
know.
no objection
No, we know.
if you want to watch people pee
Of age.
with their consent.
Of age.
Yeah.
Who's the
R. Kelly.
no, no.
That's why I said of age.
There's the actor is really Brad Pitt is from Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Well, he was smart. He's way too pretty from Missouri.
Yeah, he is. Okay, so yes, Vincent Price answers the door, lets you in. There's organ music, it's really creepy. No.
Yes. Let's just stop the game now and go watch some Vincent Price. Right?
So no, the door opens. There's a guy there,
Like an actual guy.
like
or
an
is it
actual
like
guy,
a shrouded.
No, he's a Tycheros.
Okay.
So you have to describe him to me. What's his thing? What does he look like?
He's actually very wide, but a little short, and he's got
Like a fire plug.
His hands are. He's only got like 2 fingers and a thumb, but they're like big.
Wow.
So he's a stocky dude.
Yeah.
A great guard.
Yeah.
Perfect for being a guard.
Sounds like he can take a cue ball in his hand and crush it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like he's probably like part hippo or some shit.
Wow. And that's not. And he looks like he's part hippo, not because he's Tycheros. He's just that ugly.
Yeah.
His hands are the thing.
His skin's kind of gray.
Yeah.
He's got like this weird oily leather skin.
It's like a human thumb.
Yeah.
All right, I'm on Team Faraz. Let's purge this place.
He's like, hello.
He's got like big old buck teeth.
Yeah. Hello.
Now I'm thinking he's got one hand. He's got one shriveled hand.
He looks like he could probably actually fuck somebody up though.
Yeah.
Like
Take my hand. Give me your good hand. No, this hand.
Isn't Alex kind of short?
He's not terribly tall, no.
I think he's probably like Alex's size. Like he's smaller than me, but he's like he's larger than us.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know what to think.
Right. You do like you said. You get the impression though, if you had to hit this guy in the face, you might hurt your hand.
Might hurt my hand, and he's probably going to hit back a lot harder.
Got it. Shoot him.
Right. A lot. Make it count. Okay.
I stare dumbfounded at this thing. And then I kind of look over my shoulder like, what the fuck? And then I go, we're here to see the mannequin?
Do you have an appointment?
We don't, but we've come a long way. We very much appreciate it if...
He kind of turns his head, like the doors here, and then there's the darkness,
Sure,
and, stuff,
sure,
and then the organ music and Vincent
Right,
Price
right,
back
right.
there. And he turns his head like this. He goes, "You're expected."
Well, that's... I tighten my tie.
He looks at
Our reputation preceded us.
he looks at Orlin and he goes, "Thank you, Orlin." Kid nods and then goes running off down the street.
It's a good kid you got there.
One of the best.
Yeah, so he seems to think so.
How long have we been expected?
He actually takes out like a book, not a book, but like a leather bound planner type
Right.
thing, and he kind of flips through it. He goes, and he gives you a date, a rough date, which is about a couple of days after the whole plan was pitched to you guys to come here.
Okay, but certainly prior to us meeting the initial automaton.
Yes.
Okay, this is weird.
Do you say that?
Well, no, I'm sorry. No, I'm me
Yeah, right,
thinking
okay.
out loud.
Sure.
But obviously, just sort of internal dialogue. It's very bizarre.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's very bizarre to me that we show up and this automaton is like, no, let him through. Are you sure? Sure, yeah, of course, let him through. And now we're like in automaton land.
Yeah, it's very odd for
Well,
us.
yeah,
to be
the customs guy seemed to be really put off by the fact that this autonomous
Right, but the thing that I'm really concerned about, or curious about, I should say more accurately, is how are they communicating? Like, do they have like a like the telegram? Like, is that a thing?
So I'm not saying yes, you are correct. Just the answer to the question, do they have like a telegram, is that a thing? That answer is yes. In fact, we even established it because that's how word got back, and that's how Kellum got his newspaper.
Right,
that sort of thing.
right,
Yeah,
right. So it's plausible that they're in communication with one another.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's
there's-
totally not what's going on.
There's various.
I prefer to believe that it is.
Outside of character, I think it's probably the mannequin's probably a ghost possessing these mannequins in different areas.
Or whoever the
Yeah.
mannequin is can jump into any of the
Exactly.
mannequins.
Right.
Nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
That's why when that one activated, it was like he had gotten there.
Jumped into
That's
it.
what I call my dad's ski.
Activate.
Nightmare fuel.
Oh, okay.
Right before squirt.
Huh.
That's because it's preceded by a
Now,
clump of really hard.
That's nightmare fuel. Oh, all right. No, you guys go in. He leads you in. What you see? What,
I was gonna say, do we see who he looked at? Because you say he looked back. Do we walk in and do we see what he looked at, or did he?
I don't know. Do you check your corners?
Yeah, of course we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How well lit is this area?
So when
Because I know it's dark out here, but like, is it just as dark in here?
well, I mean, it's Vincent Price dark, so it's no.
So
You,
it's black and white, right?
right? Yeah. It's the middle of the night. Only everything's casting a shadow.
Yeah.
Like an old western.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's got that blue haze.
mhm. No, you guys go in. So a couple of things. You see a couple of things. Treacle's got his guns out and he's checking his corners. There is right, not beside the door. It's a big like barn door thing, and this is the smaller door by it. In the corner by the door is a pedestal and a bust of a person, and you don't.
And that was the direction he looked.
That was the direction he looked. When you walk in, the place it looks like it was lit, like there was just one or two, lights on. And the guy walked over and he like pulled something, and like there's a couple of big chandeliers hanging from the ceiling. Now this is a warehouse. It's about, we'll say, 2 stories. But it goes pretty far back. It's pretty big. And so the place kind of more lights up. Again, that sort of blue.
These are like their basic when you say chandelier, you're not talking like crystal chandeliers come down. You're talking like iron and like.
So don't
On
think
chains.
grand ballroom
No.
sort
More
of.
function than form.
They are.
medieval style.
They're a little bit better than just lab lighting.
Yeah.
Because when you look out, this place is nice. This is a loft.
Yeah.
Right. This is a converted warehouse, and it's a living space. This is not. But you are kind of expecting pallet by just how it looked. You're kind of expecting pallets and shelves and stuff and workers, but you're not surprised it's not like that. This is a living space. It is an open design. It's like a studio apartment, only big,
Enormous.
Yeah. On one side is what looks like a workshop. There's no wall separating it. On another side is, like in a corner is a very nice rug and a big poster bed that's all made up, and all the accoutrements for that, dressers and that sort of thing. So that's like a sleeping area, but there's like a kitchen area, there's all that sort of stuff, but it's a big open design. It's nice. It is actually really nice. And you're, again, not Cinderella marble and stuff. It is still a warehouse. It is still,
From everything we've seen, it's very nice.
it is, yeah. But it is, a bit of iron and stuff, wood chains coming down with the chandelier, but like I said, so that is there's like stairs, industrial metal stairs going up. There's like a gantry that goes around, sort of thing. There are lamps on different parts. There's like another area that you noticed that there's a rug and a like a sort of fire pit, and like a circular metal chimney that goes up underneath or above the fire pit, and like some leather chairs arranged around it, and like a bookshelf. And it's kind of like almost in the middle of the room, but kind of to the side, like it's very modern, so to speak, and so that's the surface thing you notice. In fact, you guys might not even register that, because what is going on in here, it looks like there are about, I would say, 10 to 15 of these mannequins. They're not in robes. Some of them, like in the workshop, there are a couple that don't have clothes on. They're just the mannequins. And they have wood. Yeah. Yeah. But, they're like either one's on a table being built sort of thing.
Do they look like the one that he saw at the train station?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Are they anatomically correct?
No.
Okay.
Darn.
Show me on the mannequin where the bad man touched
We
me.
don't have that level of technology yet. So, the other mannequins that like aren't being built or repaired or whatever, they're all, like I said, there's probably about 10 or 15 of them. So it's not, this is a pretty big space. So it's not like it's a party of mannequins and they're like on top of you. There are big open spaces in the warehouse away from where the different quote unquote rooms are, like the quote unquote library, the quote unquote bedroom, the quote unquote kitchen, and this big studio format. And what's weird is that there are these mannequins, and they're dressed in different outfits, and they are doing different things.
But they're like in place doing different things. Like they're not actively doing it.
A couple of them are like frozen in place. Like one looks like it's digging a ditch, but it's not digging anything, sort of thing. A couple of them are moving. And a couple of the scenes, it's like they're playing out scenes.
Okay.
And then it looks like some of them are kind of on a loop. So you have a couple there playing out a scene of what looks like somebody robbing someone, like a mugging sort of thing. And so, like one throws a punch, one's holding a knife, one's going like this sort of thing. Another one's like holding out a coin bag or whatever. Another one looks like someone is reading something to someone and the other thing is crying. There's all kinds of different scenes. There's probably about, I would say, 4 or 5 different scenes ranging everywhere from 2 to 4 mannequins enacting the scene on what's kind of a loop, with a couple of the scenes just frozen like somebody hit a pause button on just a couple of them.
When we walk in, the first thing, Trickle checks the corners, and then looks up and goes, "What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this?"
Science.
Don't science my ass. This is fucking terrifying.
I don't see gears or anything like
They're
that on those
fucking moving
things.
around.
I wouldn't say science. It's like art.
Somewhere between.
It's the creepy woo-woo shit.
What are they fucking doing?
Get
What the fuck are they doing? Look at that one. Looks like he's like, what's he doing? Robbing that guy?
I mean, we're no stranger to that. Come on, you know that guy's robbing that guy. Look at his face.
Why does he keep doing it?
And what do you think?
I mean,
do they?
What's the purpose of this?
If they're not reacting to us, I'm gonna go over to the frozen.
They cut your eye out.
to the robbery in progress, and just go.
I walk over with them.
visually.
I'm worried
Yeah,
about
yeah.
them like jumping out or something.
Callum looks at the guy and is like, "Can we touch them?" And he's like, "Yeah, you can touch them. Don't damage them or anything."
And this is a person.
Yeah, the guy
Okay.
who opened the door.
Reach up to the coin bag and just kind of shake it in its hand to see if there's coins in there.
Yeah, there's some coins in there.
I see if it comes free.
No, he's mugging the guy. He's not.
Yeah, kind of tug on the bag, see if I can get it loose of his hand.
Do you want to try and make a roll for that?
Sure.
You gonna rob the fucking mannequin of the guy we're going to talk to?
Well, and I look at the guy and see if the guy's going to do anything to stop me from doing it first.
He does not.
Okay, if he doesn't care, then I'm just going to pull.
Yeah.
5.
All right, so there's a mixed outcome. What I'm gonna say is
Which eye do you want to lose?
right.
I was thinking it probably pulls the bag, but there's no actual coins
Yeah,
in there.
there's like
like
what you
screws and things or something.
you pull it, and then you're like, yeah, I got it, and you open it up. It is a variety of casino chips from various casinos, like in Duskwall, in Tycheros, in Dagger Isles, in like all over the place. There's probably about 10 or 15 chips in there.
I'll grab the ones I recognize from Duskwall and then put it back in there and take them so I can trade them in when I get back.
Sure.
Nice.
I'm watching this thumb guy like while Jackie's doing this just to see what his
Yeah,
reaction
and I
is.
keep looking back at him to make sure that he doesn't mind. If he doesn't mind,
You look right at him, and he's like,
What's he going to do with these?
Yeah.
He's gonna crush your face
He got the
off.
Ninja Turtle hands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's got a built-in shocker.
yeah, if it's not offending him, I'm taking them out in my pocket. I'll cash them in when I get back and put the ones that are worthless to me back up there.
Mm-hmm.
And you come walking back and like, Jack, you got giant stones, man.
He didn't take mine.
No, well, clearly. Maybe he thinks they're worthless. Maybe he
Jake.
just thinks they're just clay, discs.
Jackie, you know me. I would never say this. But don't take shit that's just not your own. Maybe just this one time.
Callum's like, who are you?
But that's what we do.
Yeah, I know, but maybe this one time,
He didn't mind.
Maybe they're
they're not his, right?
Hey.
Like,
I say to Reggie, hey, maybe the mannequin respects Moxie.
He got some brass ones, that's for sure.
And he didn't break nothing, so hey.
That's the first. You know what? You win those.
Sure.
All right, I look over at. I'm sorry, sir. What's your name?
Nogs.
I stare at him.
It means beautiful one in our language.
nice.
And my parents had a sense of humor.
Oh, I feel sorry for you now, man.
No need.
You
I'm
know-
well paid and have a comfortable life.
Hey, whatever.
Could be worse. You look like this. I motion to my scars on my face.
There's nothing wrong with how you look.
Fit
Yeah.
right in here, Jack.
Might be the one place I do.
Jack's like Bingrin.
Hey, so
Ben
Nugs.
Grimm got married.
Yeah.
That's right. So Nugs, where's the mannequin?
Well, I assumed most visitors who've never been here before need a moment.
Yeah, it's pretty shocking, but
But you're ready now.
It's a nice place, and my companions here are quite impressed. So
I shall be a minute. I will go get him. Is that ice cream or
Ice cream and a cake.
for dinner? Nice.
So, to catch you up, Dan, we're in a giant warehouse with mannequins that are moving around and acting out scenes. And I mugged one of them.
And there's a guard here that looks like he's
Are these
shorter,
clockwork or possessed? Because if they're possessed, I would feel the
most
ghosts.
likely possessed.
So, oh, you mean like hulls, like the
Yeah.
character class? No.
Okay, because if there's like a ghost operating, then I actually feel the ghost. Or
I mean-
demon.
Technically speaking, all automata type robots are powered by a ghost, as in it provides a driving intelligence. That does not mean that the ghost is in control.
Okay.
In fact, quite the opposite. Now, building a body hull, I think it's called a hull, for a ghost that a ghost possesses is a different thing. These are not that.
And they seem to be acting out scenes and then repeating what they're acting out. And some of them are just frozen in place doing nothing. It's really creepy.
And we have some guard here with us.
And Vincent Price is here.
Yeah, Vincent Price, and there's organ music.
And he wants to have us for dinner.
If Vincent Price had a baby with a hippo.
Yeah.
But it's Vincent Price playing Egghead from Batman.
Yes. Yes.
You know Vincent Price did play Egghead
Yeah.
in Adam West Batman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
Are these like the scenes are acting out? Do we like recognize them as being from like plays or something?
No, it's like they're
One of them is robbing one of the others. Like he's holding out a coin purse while the other one has like a knife there.
I think it's like events that probably happened to someone, or they're acting out events, some kind of significant event. That's what I got.
Yeah, we were told we can touch them, just don't damage them.
And then
It's
Jack
a polite thing to do.
And then Jack just took coins out of chips out of one of the bags.
Yeah, the one that was being mugged, I went over, felt the bag, saw there was something in it, pulled the bag out, opened it up, and there are casino coins. So I took all the ones from Dusk Ball and put the bag back in his bag.
Casino coins from cities all over.
Yeah,
And
I
Dusk Ball.
only took out the Dusk Ball ones, but
You see, some of them are dressed.
Yeah. Well, all the ones playing out scenes are dressed. The ones that are in the sort of workshop area, this whole thing is like a studio apartment, right? There's no walls. So there's like a bedroom, but it's not walled. It's like a rug and a bed and some dressers in a corner that's rather nice. And then there's like a sort of library, which is like some other books, and then like a fire pit and a chimney that goes up. And
Is there a workshop where things are being made?
that's exactly it. There is a workshop there. And the ones that are in the workshop where it looks like they're either being made or repaired or something like that. I think I said there were like 3 or 4 there in various states in that. There's no one actively working on them, and that they're not building themselves or each other.
Oh, that's good.
But then there's tools and whatnot, and it's a lot of tools and stuff that Alex and Callum would recommend.
Okay, then since I have this book I carry around, I'm sketching as best as I can how these things are built into that sketchbook.
Okay. How detailed do you want to get?
As detailed as I can get.
Make me a fortune roll. Now, wait a minute. Do you have any advantages? Your disadvantage is that you're not sharing any of that cake with anybody. So,
Well, my advantage might be Alexander, would you be willing to help me with your mechanical knowledge?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, well, do I need to spend stress to aid? Can you do that outside of...
no, you don't have to.
This is a fortune.
This is just like, oh, you're helping him? Cool,
Yeah.
yeah, give yourself an advantage.
Yeah, absolutely.
The guy
I
said
will
we
lend
can-
technical know-how.
the guy said we can touch him so he can get as close as he wants to it.
Mhm.
Right up on there.
So do you have any advantages, disadvantages? Alex is helping you. Do you have any disadvantages? There is a short amount of time because they just asked to see
Okay,
what's his
and I'll
name.
drop a die because I literally dropped the die.
Yeah, you don't have like 5 hours.
Yeah, because we are on somewhat of a time crunch. Okay. Wow. I got them all wrong.
Wow.
Uh,
That's worse than my 4 threes.
1, 1, and 2.
wow, awesome.
All stick figures.
Yeah, let's just go. Those drawings are useless.
It's I don't know. Do you think it would be like
The drawings start moving on the paper.
maybe Proust's little kind of in that he has a bent mind that he is focusing on things that he finds really fucking important,
But in truth, are useless
Yeah.
or contradictory.
and
or-
Alexander's like, no, I need the mechanism, Proust, the mechanism, and you're like, no, this thing leads to that, and
Well, and it's perfect, too, because...
oh shit, you probably have the spirit mask on, so you're drawing shit that isn't there.
That's
only-
possible too.
Only it's there, but it's not there.
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's perfect, too, because, Alex has spent so much time trying to avoid Prost because he makes him uncomfortable, and Prost is like, hey, would you help me? And he's like, sure, I'll help you, and then it just goes fucking sideways.
Right, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, this is normal. Yeah, he's on the team.
Yeah, 2 seconds into it, you're like, yep, that's exactly what you need.
Yeah,
Yep,
this is
sure,
precisely why I didn't hang out with you.
Yeah, so you're
so-
saying that
Regretting this.
the mannequin is literally on fire. and bleeding frogs.
So anyone intelligent, so anyone discerning would know not to follow these drawings. Anyone undiscerning who did would probably create their own doomsday device.
Right.
Create-
Or a happy day device.
yeah,
Happy day device.
would probably have their
Still be
own.
feared.
Great day device. That's
Or Ultron's underlings called.
Ultron.
Oh, I thought all of his
Yeah, because
little-
he's a Gestalt.
yeah, I thought all of his like little Ultrons had a different name in the comics. Or called
Well, there's
something
Barry
else.
Ultron and Terry Ultron
Gary Ultron.
and Joe
Yeah.
Denise Ultron, and everyone's like, why Joe Denise?
Yeah, technically they're all Ultron because they're all just one mind. So.
Doofus Ultron.
So the dressed ones, are they all like dressed like? So
They're
some are
dressed
dressed like
in character.
Okay. Any of the jackets look like they fit me?
Oh my god.
Well, so
when you
We
say-
came in here to talk to this guy, we're robbing the shit out of him.
That's
We
a
are
good
fucking
question, though.
scumbags.
Yeah,
When you,
that's true.
When you say in character, are they dressed like they're from here, or are they dressed from all the different lands of the world?
all
Or another
the
time.
different lands.
Okay.
Not all, no, not different times. All the different, like, it's generally modern. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You're not like, it's like, what is this? A
They're not
fucking
just
ring
like
fair.
Gap mannequins.
Yeah, yeah. But no, they're from all over. As far as clothes that can fit you, he does not have like racks and costumes and stuff. Actually,
Well, I mean, like any of the mannequin like clothes, that they're actively wearing.
like, yeah, I mean, if you wanted to like start undressing the mannequins, you can try.
What is Vincent Price guy doing?
He went to go get the boss.
Oh, he left us here by
Yeah, so
ourselves.
we're unsupervised. It's his fault.
I was saying.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, hippo spliced fucking
This is
Vincent Price.
Yeah, this is kind of like an unchaperoned field trip. This really is sort of his fault. I mean, it's like kind of sociopathic.
What did
but
you do? Oh.
I mean, he's not.
If it was my
He
workshop,
wasn't
I wouldn't leave
exactly
people.
asking for it that level, but it's like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
What
Do any
happened
of
to
them
the
have
police
boots
pull
my
over?
size?
That's right.
Do any of them have boots my size?
Oh,
Jackie's pretty big.
Yeah.
I would say you can make a fortune roll, but I'm gonna
maybe he's got small feet like the guy in Die Hard.
I'm gonna have you. Just one.
6.
Jackie's got small feet. Jackie.
Okay, so do you find boots big enough, or does Jackie have small, dainty feet?
Big enough.
Okay, no.
Damn.
Yeah.
Should have went the Die Hard.
If he had gotten a 1,
Yeah.
he would have had.
What I do
dainty
though
feet.
is I take the boots off of that one,
Mhm.
put my boots on it, and I put my new boots on.
So are any of these dressed in a way that, like, they're obviously meant to look like a particular person? Like, do any of them dress like
like Winston
the Emperor
Churchill
or one of us? Or
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, not that you. Maybe yes, maybe no, but no. Like
No one
Winston
we
Churchill, yeah,
recognize.
no.
Nah, they no dicks on these. I know what I mean.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Where is it? Why don't
You want to see?
You want to roll? See if you can.
Yeah, let me check the duds and see if there's any good coats. Mine's a little threadbare. 6.
We'll give you a coat. We'll give you a nice.
So
coat.
I'm watching one move and I'm like timing it. So when both its arms go back, I go pull the coat off.
Oh my god.
Huh?
Fucking sleight of handing. Fucking.
I'll give Alexander and Reggie a roll for something if you guys want.
I'm just in awe of the fact that nobody can contain themselves. For like 10 minutes.
No, what you're in awe at this point is Jack and Treacle are bonded on this trip.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
getting all this
Food
free
and
shit.
stuff, and
yeah.
It's good for you guys to buy.
Yeah.
Unc and I get plenty of time together.
I mean, hell, Uncle's even like, you're getting smarter as we're getting closer to this thing.
Yeah.
He takes the initiative for stealing shit. Come on.
Alex is not looting.
Right.
Alex is perturbed by the fact that this person's domicile is being disrespected, and yet
Oh.
I'm fascinated. And yet I'm fascinated by the automatons. So I'm pretending not to notice their looting.
Yeah.
Reggie
Just
thinks it's a
put-
bad idea.
yeah.
Reggie's with Alex. I'm also taking a backseat to this because I'd rather see both of them happy and him getting praised.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, Jackie
Just
just
drawing
Then Boxer
things
Bot
and
comes
that's
out.
Boxer bot.
Bite your ear.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I'm like, Jack, look at this coat. It fits.
That's perfect.
You found something for your big ass flippers.
Yeah, look at these.
And he
There's
does,
no holes in them.
he does have some gunboats.
Some gunboats.
Yeah.
You couldn't find anything but those suede looking things.
All fits me.
I mean, they do look nice, actually. But, I mean, it does not quite go with the ensemble.
Yeah, I'm
there's
thinking you
suede.
said they were. I'm thinking you said they were dressed as different places.
Yeah.
The one I found that fit me was probably dressed like a Scovelander.
If they're suede, they're gonna turn into shit as soon as we get back with all the humidity we have, right?
But they're really nice.
For now.
Yeah. They're really nice.
Well, the ones I took off, I got from a dead body.
From a dead
so-
guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the ones before that, too, were also from a dead guy, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Jack doesn't buy his own shoes.
No.
Because there's see the
Trade nuts.
Muppets, the Muppet fairy tales or whatever. I don't know what it's called, but it's some collection of fairy tales done by the Muppets. And do you guys know the story of the cobbler elves?
Yeah.
And so the cobbler elves was the cobbler Elvises, where like when the cobbler would go to bed, these elves would come out and they would only make blue suede shoes.
Nice.
So, in Norse mythology, because I just read both the poems and prose Edda translations, and in Norse mythology, in Ragnarok, huge battle, right? Huge battle. Odin versus Fenrir. Odin dies. Big spoilers, guys. He gets eaten, and he dies. One of Odin's kids attacks the wolf, right? And this is the huge wolf. It's not just like this is a big fucking wolf. This is like
Well,
Was that Thor? Thor's supposed to fight.
no. Thor fights the Midgard serpent.
Oh, yeah,
and smashes his brain, and he's like, "Fucking yeah!" And the Midgard serpent is like, "Blah!"
Yeah.
and then literally poison and melts Thor.
well,
So one of Odin's sons comes running up. He has a normal boot, and then he has a giant boot. And I don't just mean a giant fucking boot. The legend is that when you make a boot for yourself, right? Because this is back when people made their own shit. When you make a boot for yourself, there's scrap leather. And if you throw away the scrap leather, he magically gets it and sews it into his end of days boot that he will kill the wolf Fenris with. His end of day boot. And so it's
I don't
this
remember this.
It's the doomsday boot.
gigantically comical boot. He's like, "You ain't my dad!" And he goes and he grabs him and he fucking kicks him in the jaw and smashes his jaw off with this gigantic fucking doomsday boot.
I don't remember which son. I know it's.
Simpsons already did.
It's not Baldur.
I know it's not Baldur because Baldur is killed by
He's
Loki
killed.
to
Yeah.
start Ragnarok.
Yes.
Yes, Baldur the Beautiful.
Yeah.
Also the greatest boy.
The Simpsons did this with when they were in Australia.
There's only 3 that survive Ragnarok.
Yeah, I know. So I had an interesting. I'm not going to get this because this would be religious / political, but I had an interesting conversation with a pagan / neo-pagan / whatever you want to call them about like what they thought of Ragnarok, because it's like I don't know. It just
It's a cycle.
well, that was one of the theories they said is it's cyclical. Because the Eddas apparently don't specifically say that, but that's like kind of how it's interpreted.
That's how I thought it was.
Because I was kind of like, why would you like? What is the appeal in a religion where the good guys lose?
So
It's
it's
like getting into the Book of Revelation and God loses and Satan wins and be like,
one of the interpretations of it, and I don't know what this guy believes, but one of the interpretations of it, it's cyclical, so it just keeps happening
Yeah.
more and more this time. The other interpretation is that it's not cyclical.
Mhm.
That Ragnarok already happened, and we are living in the post-Ragnarok era.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
age of man because the
Yeah.
gods have died.
Yeah, because the battleground and everything. So the 3 gods whose names A I cannot pronounce and B I don't quite remember. We'll just say the 3. Well, they're not. It's 2 Vanir and then 1 guy who had died and come back to life. Anyway, they establish a fortress on Midgar. Now, Midgar, not Midgar, the
Midgard is Earth.
Midgard is Earth. What's the not Valhalla? That is a hall of Odin.
Yeah.
The fortress of the gods. Asgard. They establish a new fortress, a new city on the ruins of Asgard. And Surtur, name I'm probably mispronouncing, he gets the final blow. He kills everybody and everything, and with his flaming sword. And it destroys, it boils away all the oceans, it destroys all the trees, it destroys all the plant life, and then it comes back. Everybody's dead except these three guys, and it comes back. And then there were two humans hiding in the tree, the Yggdrasil, among its roots. And it was a man and a woman. The man was called, like, one of them was called Life, and the other one was called Life's Hope, or something like that. I don't clearly remember. I'm sure there's somebody listening to this screaming.
It's been 15 years since I've read the Norse mythology versions of these,
it's been,
and not the Marvel-inspired version.
It's been literally 3 days, but the names are really hard to pronounce anyway. But yeah, I tend towards the, it's like, it's not cyclical. We are in the post sort of thing. The other thing I found fascinating about it is that all the Norse mythology we have, all of it, is from two sources. It's from the Prose Edda and the Poem Edda. And they were written about 200 or 300 years after paganism vanished from that land. And they were written by Snerd, I can't pronounce the name. They were written by this Christian politician guy. And it could be translated as grandma's tales, folklore and stuff. The problem is twofold. One, the guy was Christian, and so there's like a shade of the Christian sort of, not beliefs, right? Little threads of theme. I mean, there's no resurrection tale or anything like that. It's just the barest gloss of it that maybe colored his writing. The other problem of it is we're missing huge sections. Like, when you read it, suddenly people who had died are alive. And the story of why they're alive is not there. And everyone's like, hey, I'm glad you're alive again. Like, wait a minute. It was described as, imagine the Greek mythology, right? But we only have all the tales of Apollo and Hermes and no one else. We know there's a Zeus. We know that there's an Athena. We know that there's all these others because they're mentioned in Apollo's and Hermes' stories, but we've lost those stories, those other stories. And that's how they read. It's like the huge fucking gaps in the narrative. But they're still fun stories. It still makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Anyway,
we'll leave it at that. So, all right. So, okay, we're in.
So Thor's here, along with Vincent Price.
I'm wearing a very nice Eruvian jacket, and I look.
Callum is like,
I look over it as Callum's like adjusting it. I kind of look over at Jack and go.
No, it's
I look like an Eruvian.
you can't trust them.
Because they're all thieves.
No.
Oh.
We just all lie.
Oh, they're all liars.
Yes.
They're schemers by necessity.
Wow, this is. Never mind.
Does anyone else have anything? Like, if you're going to make a roll or something, because what's his name's going to walk in here in a minute. So your last chance to rob him.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and not touch Ian.
So how'd you do with Boxing Bot to beat him?
The boxing bot.
His head goes chink.
Yeah.
Ratchets down again.
Rock'em, sock'em, pannikins.
Okay, so this gentleman walks in. There's like, there's side doors and stuff. And he kind of comes in, and it's a guy. He's dressed normally. You can't really place. He does not look Tycheros, and at least in that He doesn't have like bear claws or a scorpion stinger or
Horns or tail.
Yeah.
or-
It is possible he is Tycheros and you just don't see his tail. You know, like he's like Christopher Lee. He's got 3 nipples.
Or he could just be a demon. Making us see what we want to see.
He would know it
Okay.
if he was, and you do not sense that. In fact, I could you take a look at that? It's automatic, right?
It is automatic.
Yeah, it's not. You don't have
If
to,
any spiritual entity comes within my presence, I automatically know it.
well,
There's
yeah,
no
you,
roll,
you,
there's no nothing.
you are aware of it.
Yes.
It does not mean you can identify it. Identifying
Right. That's it says.
But you can do the Ghostbusters identification of you're not a ghost.
So what it says is, you're always aware of supernatural entities in your presence. Okay. However, if I want to gather info about them, then I get a bonus die.
Right.
So I do get a bonus to trying to discern more about them. But if it's there, I automatically get a radar hit.
Right.
Now, if I want to know anything beyond that, then there's a roll that I do get a bonus to, but it is a roll.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I would only know if this guy's a demon. I wouldn't know anything more.
Right. He's not a demon. And again,
or a ghost. Or
yeah. And again, if he's Tycheros, we established that you can't discern that. Okay. So this gentleman walks in. He's about of average height and build. And he is well dressed. He's in a suit, but of a Tycherosan style, not a Duskwall style. And he walks over, he's smiling. He looks like he's about 40-ish or so. He's got a little bit of gray in his hair. And the only weird thing about him is that you just, it's hard to kind of get a read off of him. I mean, he's smiling, stuff seems nice, but, you're not sure if he's going to stab you in the back, or you're not sure if he's going to give you $1 million or what. He walks over and he looks at you and goes, "Nice coat."
Mr. Mannequin, shake his hand.
That's what others call me.
Is it because you make mannequins? Is that
Well, some mannequins, yes, that's what people call them. Automatons or
is that a derogatory term?
automaton?
No. Calling you the mannequin, is it something that you don't like?
No, you can call me the mannequin.
Okay.
It is.
I'm going to be calling you a bad name to your face.
I appreciate that. So, the Jawbreakers. Uncle Treacle,
That's me.
Jack, Alexander, Doctor, Reginald. He kind of like shakes your guys' hands, and your meat hook just swallows his hand. He's not just like or anything like that. Then he does. He looks at Kellum. And he's like, "New edition."
Kellum, yeah.
And he takes out a little, like, a notebook, like, tiny little, and he just kind of makes a note and puts it back in. And Kellum kind of, like, smiles. Well, gentlemen, shall we dispense with the formalities?
Please.
How do you know us? Why were you expecting us?
Oh, well, I have people who know things.
They didn't tell you about Callum here.
No, they did not. That was a blind spot, apparently. No system is perfect. Here, sit down. And he's walking you guys over to the library. Again, studio thing, no walls and stuff, but there are bookshelves stood up, and it's kind of like out in the floor, and there's chairs and whatnot. He kind of snaps, not like, "Let's go over," but he kind of snaps to get Nog's attention, and he kind of points at the chairs and these guys because there aren't enough, and Nog nods, and
Would there have been enough if Callum wasn't here?
No.
Okay.
So you guys sit down. And,
No, I'm thinking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So, gentlemen,
You know why we're here?
I believe.
I'm confused. If he doesn't know who Callum is, how does he possibly know why we're here?
That's why I'm asking.
My understanding is that you wish to acquire something? Something exotic and rare?
Mm-hmm. I mean, you are a collector, correct? Although, and I look around, I go, other than clothes, what do you collect?
Stories.
Interesting. And I roll my eyes. Stories? I mean, you got a million. We tell you a million stories. Or are you looking for specific stories?
Oh, usually very specific stories. What are you looking for? I mean, I'm not psychic. I don't have a magic mirror or bowl or something that I look into. It's literally a collection of agents, peoples, informers, a network. Probably some of the same people you use. People paying people, delivering messages back and forth.
Yeah, I wish I had that.
One day.
I look at Callum and I kind of give him a chin up, like, if you want to show him, show him.
Callum takes out a key. Actually, no, he does not have the key. You know this. You have the key.
Okay.
Just, what's the point of handcuffing someone so you can
If
knock
you
them
have
out?
the key.
Right, yeah. So this was all
great planning.
right. Yeah, so it was all arranged because he knows that Jackie would eat it or lose it or give
Probably
it to
drop it or
drop
something.
it,
Yeah.
give it to. Yeah, this key's really fancy, lady, and
Yeah, no, his hand is creepy and freaky, and I don't want the key because it means I have to get near him who
Yeah.
has the hand.
you are the toughest, most responsible. So
So I reach in my pocket and I hand it over to him.
thank you, Reginald. And he pops the cuff off. He opens up the valise, and he takes out the box, the small box that's in, and he opens it up. And
Does it glow with a yellow light?
he's like,
And the great machine activates and the sun brightens up and there's rainbows.
And it's got a baby's face.
John Travolta's standing behind you. He takes a puff of a cigarette, goes, wow.
Oh no, we've doomed the world again.
Grr. So he goes, that's very old.
So you know what it is.
Yes.
Can you read the writing inside it?
I don't think anyone can.
Oof.
I don't have one.
It's regular English. It's actually just regular American
Yeah, and
English.
it says objects may be closer. Yeah.
Made in Taiwan. As soon as he says that, Callum's like, oh, like that.
Yeah, because no, Alex is on the same. What do you mean? I'm sorry. You do not possess one?
I look
Correct.
right at Callum like, you motherfucker.
Callum's like,
who does?
I do. And I can obtain it for you. Obviously, you gentlemen can't afford it because it's a service that I provide. It's my business. But
We can tell you a story.
that's going to be part of the payment.
Yeah. Why is my asshole puckering?
What if there's someone here who's got two of those?
2 assholes? I bet.
2 cooters, 2 buttholes.
Callum's like,
Four of them right here.
You can just, part the streams.
somebody comes up behind you and gives you a cup of like a tea. And, okay, and you,
Look over.
it's a mannequin.
Thank you.
You don't have to talk to them. They
I don't have. Somebody hands me something. I thank them. It's courtesy. And I
It's such as it
Are
is.
they-
Basically not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them don't come around, but one of them comes and is serving each. There's a little tea cart.
I take a sip, but it's cold, so I spit it back in.
No,
the
it's
cup.
hot.
Oh, good.
It's hot.
Okay.
It's
Then I go, I burned my tongue.
Are they blank?
let's just say it's another service I provide. We can talk about it later.
Wait a minute. So we can have one of these?
You may
Purchase one?
rent one.
Wait a minute. You rent them? I look over at Jack immediately.
Least.
Lease. Yeah.
Care for those splinters there, Jake.
Oh, that took me a minute. It's late. I'm getting a little tired. That took me a minute.
Why are you not making these? You can mass produce bodies for the dead, which one day will include you. Why have them do something so banal?
So Banal is serving tea?
Yes.
Well, because they do other things than serve tea.
And what will happen to you when you die?
Well, what would happen to me when I die is that in 3 days I will turn into a ghost. And by Tycheros in law, I will turn and walk into the dead lands. And if I wish to come back in 5 years, I may come back to the city and register and exist here as long as the quotas are not full.
They don't burn the bodies here?
Why would you do that?
Why indeed?
That's what they do back at home. That's what
Why?
they've always done.
Why live as a dispossessed spirit when you could make vessels for yourself and for all the others passing?
Who says I don't?
Well, I hope these are not the deceased if all you have them do is reenact scenes.
I have many business opportunities. Tycheros is a complex place, my friend. It is not like your Duskwall. Things that you value or fear or find of importance, not so here. But things that may seem trivial and absurd where you are from, here, they might be of importance. It is a different land, different place.
But are you from here? Because you don't look like, if you don't mind me saying.
Oh, I don't have, he uses a term for it. Well, I'm certainly not going to say the stranger because it's the most ridiculous fucking, anyway, he goes, no, I'll just say, they call them traits. He's like, I don't have a trait.
Huh. Is that unusual?
It is exceedingly rare.
Does that make it more attractive here?
That is a business that I do not have.
Always interested in identifying new business.
I can tell. I, at the moment, am interested in stories.
Mm-hmm.
You said specific kinds of stories.
Yes.
What kind of story do you want from us?
I want you to tell me different stories later. I am not prepared to accept them. I need you to rescue my storyteller.
Oh, so he needs to kill some people.
Well, how you go about it is none of my concern as long as my storyteller is returned to me. I shall acquire your lens for you.
I look right at Callum and I go, rescuing folks is our speciality.
Right. Actually, he does not say it like that. He's like, yes, I think it is.
Okay, so we find your storyteller. You get us the lens.
No, you find my storyteller. You return her to me, unharmed. Then you tell me some stories. Then I give you the lens.
What's the catch?
I'm sure whoever has his storyteller, if he hasn't gotten it back yet.
Do you know who has your storyteller? Or do we gotta find that out?
I know who has them. And he goes over to the like there's a writing desk or something there. There's various papers, and he pulls open a drawer. He takes out a letter, and he hands it to you.
Okay.
It's in Tycheros, which you don't speak.
Which I don't speak. So then I hand it over to Callum.
And he's like, "Nope." And he hands it to the guy. And he's like, "No, I don't. Not quite there with reading yet." And my apologies. He opens it up, and what he relates to you is basically this is not a ransom letter. This is a dissolve your businesses and leave town, or we will kill her. And he says, and it's signed by this group, and he's like, this is not a gang. The crimes they commit are only crimes against honest business people. They are revolutionaries, and they are outsiders, not like outside this, not from around here,
Not
the totally not dishonored crazy outsider. Yeah.
Right.
All right. So I kind of shrug and I say, all right, so you've got a group of revolutionaries who took your storyteller to run you out of business.
Yes.
So clearly you have okay. You have
Enemies.
and connections with the government, because why else would revolutionaries want to
Well, I think the reason why revolutionaries would want to, and he kind of makes the same gesture you made,
right.
Would do that is for the same reason our friend Jack here exclaimed such surprise at the possibility of not disposing of bodies and ghosts.
It's one of those cultural weirdness.
No, it's I believe that you're, and I don't mean you're specifically, you're in a general sense, I believe they're a group being led by rogue spirit wardens. And I believe that they are here in Tycheros to push a certain agenda. And they are slowly gaining support. Their fight is not mine, and it's not my place to fight against them. But they certainly seem to think that they can fight me.
You got a lot of information. Do you know where they're holding her?
I have some ideas, and I can give you some leads.
That's more than most people that hire us.
Right. Good point. All right. I mean, you kind of have us over the barrel, so let's get what you got, and we'll find your girl.
All right. Remember, no harm must come to her.
We can harm them as much as we want, though, right?
I don't even want to know about it.
Is she normal?
Depends on your view of normal. Are
No.
you normal?
There's no need to be coy. Is she demonic?
Absolutely. Older than you can possibly dream of. And with that, game. So what do you guys think? I didn't want to do a score. The train thing was like, it was 2 sessions, and it was pretty heavy duty score.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to do more like role playing type stuff and introduce the city and the weirdness and this guy. So I'm glad we were able to avoid a score, which we're definitely doing next session.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you guys think?
Yeah, it was nice. It was. I felt like I like what Brandon pointed out. It was for me. It felt like Jack and Treacle were getting kind of in a vibe there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be points where that happens anyway, because you're technically like a dad to us. So I mean, it makes sense for us to like bond in like different weird ways.
The other part, and it's something that the listeners can't experience, but every time something freaky would happen, Dan and I would share a look. It's like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah. There were a lot of because of the setting and stuff. There were a lot of like weird, different stuff, and
I love the kid. Like, I was expecting Reggie to be protective because he's a kid.
Yeah.
But Jack latched onto him because this kid stood there.
Yeah.
When he scared down everyone else, this kid stood there, stood up, sassed us, and is like, he sees a little bit of himself in this kid.
Yeah, I didn't want to
he
step
wants
into
to
that.
leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to, when he leaves, to leave this kid in a better place.
Yeah.
That kid is only alive for metagame reasons. Because I think one of our pre-game things was no violence against children.
Well, see, and I didn't understand it. Like, why would Proust want to vivisect him?
Because to him, they're not...
Because, this is like, this
They're not
isn't just
human.
a city,
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
isn't
yeah.
like a subset of people, and this is
The country.
the country. This is like everybody.
So, okay, so I guess you kind of have to work backwards from the origin point of his religion. That his view is that spirits should be, the human spirit, the human soul, should be an eternal thing. And there was an end of the world that was brought about which shut down the march of the penguins. And so the human spirit is no longer an eternal thing. The cause of that, or at least the prime mover of that, was demonic influences. And so,
Well,
him-
that's what he believes, because it's not necessarily the demonic influences that made everything bad
right.
that happened.
No one actually knows what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, and not saying that he shouldn't believe that. Absolutely, he believes that.
Right.
That's not necessarily the truth.
Right, well, for example, why is it that Duskwall has giant electrical walls? Well, it's to keep out demons.
Ghosts. Let's keep out ghosts.
Because there are demons in
It's ghosts, monsters, demons, all the bad stuff from the Deadlands. So those
Right.
giant kraken things, all of it. Keep all of it out.
Right, and I think that's his view, is that the ghosts don't belong here insofar as they belong in an afterlife.
There's
The rest-
no afterlife.
The rest of them just don't belong here, period. And so, what he sees in Tycheros is basically almost like a form of idolatry. It's like being in a satanic temple.
Awesome.
And so it's these things are obscene to him.
Just trash.
Cool. Any other comments, questions?
No, I'm sorry my energy is off tonight. I was tired.
No,
Yeah, I was tired too, but there was a lot of stuff I didn't want to step into, like with Jack having RP with the kid.
Yeah, for end of session stuff, I think this time more than any, Jack shared, heritage
Yeah,
and didn't address anything with violence or coercion, but
Did I say the man's real name?
No.
no,
Okay, good. Because I had it.
yeah, definitely heritage
Jindal.
Yeah.
and background came out in this one.
Zykus. His name's Zykus.
I was going to push for Kieran Jindosh.
Yeah, my notes for this session just literally bullet points, story beats.
Cool. Anything else? If not, I'll go and kill their party.
Yeah,
All right.
that was another reason why I didn't want to do a score, is that I didn't want to jam up the end of the session with another paperwork
Right.
Yeah, no.
fiesta.